Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Episode 6, Yanks Talk Ball. As you can see, I'm cozied up. I feel real good right now. I just feel relaxed, you know what I mean? International break is upon us, and we've made it through the first 4 game weeks of the season. A lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to get into, a lot of things to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, for those that are in the festive mood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good reasons to be happy. You know, a lot of good reasons, you know what I'm saying, to slander. Some reasons to be sad for other people, you know what I'm saying, who are there. But anyways, we're going to get into it all in this episode. Of course, we are all here. The squad is with us first and foremost. Phil talks ball. What's going on, dog?
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here. I feel about as good as I could going into the international break. To be honest, I couldn't have predicted Liverpool that would start this nice. However, right now I'm just captivated by this mystery of we have an imposter here. Who is this guy?
We gonna get into the potential imposter in a second. We got to figure out who it is. We gonna keep going around the horn and stuff. Gene, what's popping, man? No Chill Gene is in the building.
What's up, bros? What is up? I was gonna say the same thing as Phil, man. There's someone here that not many times we'll see in this podcast people wearing the same jersey, same team and stuff like that, but I feel like there's potential today for something to happen. Same team jerseys, some type of scenario that will click soon.
So
We'll see.
I do too, for some wild reason. I agree with you. I don't know. But yeah, of course, Adrian's in the middle with us as well. What's going on, Adrian?
What's going on? I'm very happy. I'm so happy.
This guy always fucking happy. Yeah, we're so happy.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
We will be there.
That's crazy.
I hear it, man. And last but not least, the person that's supposed to be in Chase's spot, could you please reveal yourself, I guess?
I would just like to say, before everyone is mean to me today, it is my birthday today, so just keep that in consideration when talking about what transpired this weekend. Yeah, I guess I have no choice now, right, to reveal.
I mean, happy birthday, but you know what you got for us?
Let the Chelsea fan, before we reveal, let him know what team you love, and
Government.
I'm still a Chelsea fan. That doesn't change. That wasn't the bet. But no, actually, I have a lot to get off my chest, regardless of what kit I'm wearing and what we saw this weekend, what I had to endure on my nice vacation down to Chicago or up to Chicago. But I guess we'll just have to rip the Band-Aid off here. My skin's been burning under this outfit. It hurts. I'm trying to hide my identity, but for the audio listeners, I unfortunately did lose my bet. Yeah. Yeah. It's bad.
Oh my god.
beautiful.
Ooh.
Oh, you love to see it.
No way.
I feel dirty. I'm at the shower again after this.
He's a man of his word.
Yeah, I am a man of my word. The tag is still on, so it can still be returned all the way back to Old Trafford. I'm going to send it back. Yeah, it's tough, man.
Respect.
Yeah, and I will say that I'm ashamed of myself and the team that I support. We'll get into it, but I did travel to Chicago this past weekend. Went to one of the biggest Chelsea bars in the country to watch that game unfold. So
Some of the mood
kinda,
in that place in one word.
Well, yeah, what was the vibe?
for 47 minutes, it was positive. Then that 48th minute, Caicedo decided to be Tim's man for the third time in fucking 4 games. And then it people were throwing stuff, people were screaming. And then I had, I think, 6 mimosas after that, and
Good choice.
I don't remember the rest of the day.
Good choice to
That's
drink.
a good day, man.
Good choice to drink. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it, but yeah, I paid up my end of the bet. I actually do have a bet for. I'll just get to the bet. If Chelsea loses to Bournemouth in 2 weeks, I will buy a Bournemouth kit and put it on under a suit that I will wear on the podcast the following Monday.
God! What are you doing?
As a gambling man, I have to double down.
But you're gaining nothing. Like there's nothing in return.
Respect. He's
No, I'm gaining my pride. I will personally pull Chelsea out of this rut. So that's going to be my bet.
This is
for
Dom Toretto vibes, bro. This is Dom Toretto.
This man got
It's
nothing
trying to
on
earn
but
the
a,
respect.
he got nothing but a white tee. He don't even got a Mustang. He don't even got his main car, bro. He got a jalopy going in right at this rate, bro. He's trying to fight back to get to what, a sedan? This is tough.
This is
I'm
respect.
gonna-
This is
No, none of these other managers can do it, so I'm going to have to pull this team out of the depths of hell on my own. So that will be the bet, and I will continue to make these bets until we get a win. So
You know what?
Caicedo is watching this right now, man. This might turn.
Caicedo needs to be in the gym right now, or against a wall, just getting some touches in.
He needs to watch the Berbatov clips, bro. The
Oh,
clips
my
that
facts, bro.
Berbatov
You see
puts
those
on his
videos,
No,
Reels,
facts.
bro? Yeah.
It's-
He needs to follow that, bro.
Berba's
Yeah.
a good coach, man.
Nah,
Yo,
it's crazy,
can I just
bro.
say how weird it looks seeing chasing that Red United kid? It's like when
Doesn't-
Messi first wore the PSG, or like when
Dude, it's
Steven Gerrard-
uncomfortable. Like, he
It's
has
like
a collar.
McAllister for Liverpool, bro. First time. This is what it looks like, man.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
this
insane.
is like an alternate reality
man.
we just broke into. This
Look like he's doing a Luke Shaw cosplay a little bit.
Well,
He
careful.
did say he was
Spinning
sexy
that
the
around.
other week.
Nah, bro, the
Careful
cap
saying
on.
this
He
around
Erickson.
trade, bro.
He Erickson, bro.
Hunky Shaw.
Yo,
this-
Oh, that's true. That's
He's-
true.
he's Erickson,
Yeah, but
bro.
Luke Shaw admirer, secret admirer in this.
Nah,
chat.
chill out, bro. Chill out. Relax.
I
Relax on that, bro.
understand.
Misused
Oh my
words,
God,
bro.
so-
Misused
People used to
words.
say Chase looked like Erickson back in high school. I remember that.
I get told it all the time. I go play pickup at least twice a week, and people will say that to me.
Nah, for
It's
hey
the
man,
hairline.
he's fitting the part, bro. If I put on at least at some time ago, I was Willie on cosplaying, but that's another time for another day. You know,
But
what I'm
that
saying?
was
Another story
goated
and
too,
shit.
man.
Oh my gosh, that was a pain in the ass. But anyways, if you want to support, you know what I'm saying, give some emotional support, some mental support to Chase in this trying time as he wears this United shirt and Chelsea are in the mud. Go rate this podcast 5 stars. Go on all your audio podcast platforms, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You just type in Yanks Talk Ball. We'll be right at the top. You go in the top left corner, you rate it 5 stars. You give a nice glowing review, and you let the people know that we're out here. Of course, keep sharing it. We're available on all other audio podcast platforms. Whatever you can think of, we damn well on it. What's it called? iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, all that stuff. We are there.
OnlyFans, anything.
Okay, all right, maybe not all of them. I don't know. I don't know if you set that up, but that's another story for another day. We gonna move that forward. And of course, all socials and I'm about to say broadcast platforms like YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're all available there. Yanks Talk Ball. Make sure you check us out for some exclusive content, some dope clips, some really funny ass edits, because I just the most creative things come out at this point. Just seeing some of the edits, and I don't even see them most of the time until they're up. So it's a funny time. So y'all check it out. And yeah, without further ado, we can really get into what we talking about this weekend. We want to switch up the order just a slight bit. We had a couple of smaller things happen in between, some of the main stories and the usual stuff that we do. We had the PFA awards come through, and just to give a quick rundown of what we saw and what was the list, just to give a quick, check. We had PFA Players Young Player of the Year female being Laura James, PFA Players of the Year for female Rachel Daly, PFA Young Player of the Year for males, that's Bukayo Saka, PFA Player of the Year for males, that's Erling Haaland overall, and the PFA Team of the Year was from 1 to 11, Anne Ramsdale, John Stones, Ruben Diaz, William Saliba, Kieran Trippier, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Harry Kane, and Erling Haaland. That was our PFA awards. How do we feel about that?
What's crazy? I didn't even follow this happening. I didn't even see what the team of the year
called
was.
me so late.
Ramsdale, and that team is.
Yeah, that team's
Have you
crazy,
seen
bro.
that? Have you seen that meme with the army man, and then the clown is like in the middle of them, and they'll have their hand? That's Ramsdale on that team.
That hate, bro. That hate.
Nah, look, there's players that won like the golden, the Golden Glove. There's Pope that had an amazing season, had more clean sheets than
Or the
Ramsdale.
goalkeeper who won the treble.
There's the goalkeeper that won the treble. There's Alisson that, if it wasn't for him, Liverpool would have been same spot as Chelsea last year. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of keepers to choose, and I don't know. Ramsdale should have made that cut, but congratulations to him.
Hey, let's say the only defense I can provide this year is the players did it, not me. I didn't vote nobody. You know what I'm saying? None of us voted anybody out. It was the players' fault. So y'all gotta blame them. That's something that they did. Y'all gotta talk to y'all team's players.
Stinks, bro.
Hey, I don't know.
I want to know which players, man. I feel like there's some missing votes there or something. So it's a popularity contest then. It's not even who's better, just whoever they like.
I mean, it's an equal amount of squad players. So it's like, I mean, maybe it's popularity, maybe it is actual quality. I don't know.
It's vibes, bro. They're just going out vibes.
Yeah, putting
least-
Ramsdale in that team is just vibes. There's just no. I don't know what. I don't know.
They had to
what's
get an
the-
English
What's up
player
with the
in there,
three
but-
center backs?
okay,
What's up with the 3 center backs? Like, you have to give another left back. You can't just
Yeah,
Fuck the
I
left
mean,
back and just add center
John
back.
Stone was basically inverting as a right back, inverting from right back to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Adrian
They
can
put Trippier
attest
left
to that
back.
shit. Yeah, I don't know, bro. But yeah,
It was just a
listen-
way to get him in, honestly.
yeah,
Just
probably.
to stay there.
No tactics.
Well, same thing with Kane and Holland being in the same team. Like they basically
Yeah.
negated one side of the field.
That's what I'm
Which
saying.
I-
Like,
that
It's
must
like
have hurt to put
they
Kane
said
in there.
they said 4 defenders, 3. You know what I'm saying? 3 midfielders, 3 attackers. That was like all the the positional
It's vibes.
provision.
It's vibes.
Did
No
Kane-
Yeah,
tactics.
Ramsdale is
Names
the
and
biggest
vibes.
one. I don't know what metric Ramsdale gets.
what
in.
about
He
Salah?
didn't win the league. He didn't have the most clean sheets. His team
Yeah.
wasn't the best defense.
That's
He
what I'm
didn't have the
saying.
best XG save.
In
Like,
Nothing, bro.
in
Arsenal
his
had a
in
great
his
season. He's
defense,
English.
I was
Facts.
there probably
he's
is
English.
there probably is English bias there. I can't even front. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna cape for him on that
But
front.
he's
Probably
going with
national
Pope
bias,
and
but
stuff, you know. Like
Yeah.
Pope is English too, and he was
Yeah,
like,
Pope had the best defense in the league, right?
but I will
Yeah.
I will say there were a lot of crucial moments in the running of last season that Ramsdale did step up and provide some fantastic, like there were some crucial saves that kept us in games that got us points. Again, and not in the end result because we don't know what
Cameron
happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, again, but again, other motherfuckers do that same shit and they be like, oh, save of the season, da 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 da.
Yeah,
with
but I'm
no
saying if
mention of
that's the
camera.
metric, there are keepers who did more of that. Leno did more of that, and Alisson did more of that.
Yeah, listen,
I'm
I'm
pretty
just
sure
saying.
Ramsdale was like mid-table in XG saved.
I have no
season last
idea.
year.
I
Chase
couldn't-
doesn't count that though.
I,
It
I
doesn't
could-
count
Yeah.
that XG.
yeah, I couldn't attest
I'm
to
a
that.
mess right now. I really have nothing to say.
I was about to say.
That's
The-
like the easiest metric of measuring what your keepers.
Also, did
Off
Saka
from
have
the
a
team.
better year than Salah?
Yeah, I was gonna let that one slide because I
But didn't-
don't think so. I don't think he did.
I mean, it's one of those things that
Did
they
Harry
Harry
gave.
Kane-
Kane?
it.
Did Harry Kane have a better
Yes,
season than
Harry
Salah?
Kane got 30 goals in
course.
that bum
Yeah, Kane was-
Spurs
yeah.
team last year.
But what about assists?
I'd say Kane deserves
Who
it.
cares?
Kane was
He's
incredible.
still-
he
yeah.
deserved
Who
it.
cares about assists? What do you mean?
I mean,
If Salah had
He still
more
had-
goal
I'm pretty sure
contributions
Kane
than
had a decent number of assists too.
But
feel
if
like it was
Kane
like
wasn't
7
there,
or
then
8.
who would be
And
there?
what time? Where did Spurs finish?
What strike?
But where would they have finished without Kane
Like eight?
performing like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
Kane
now
deserved
it's a
it.
saying-
bit different.
I'm just
I mean,
saying,
hindsight.
But that's what I'm saying is like, okay, if we're going to reward Ramsdale for having Arsenal a good season, but then
right? Yeah,
finishes
having
it, like, you know what I'm
Kane-
saying? Like,
Right. Not
Mhm.
have like having Kane, but not having Alisson in goal makes no sense. If you're
that's what
not
I'm saying.
factoring in
It
the
just
team's
depends.
achievements. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, just got to run through the players' minds when they had it on that. But yeah, everything else seemed pretty straightforward to me, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like the shout out to what's it called? This is off the listing right here. But shout out to Chuba Akpom for winning Championship Player of the Year and dominating the championship. I'm about to say that's hail end right there. But that's neither here nor there. Outside of that, we can
You
pretty
also
much
sign him back.
not things again. But now we can skirt on to everything else though. European draws, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're back. The Champions League has officially had their draw. The groups are set. The stages are pretty much laid out. And we can go through some. Not every group needs to be mentioned, but we can go through some of the notables. You know what I'm saying?
fucked United, bro. They fucked. us.
Let's talk
That's
on
what
it,
they
man.
did,
In group
You
A.
can't say that. How?
We're
Copenhagen
going
and
against
Galatasaray?
That's the champion. We're going against number ones, bro. Those guys, all the people we're
You
going.
guys were in the
one
worst
league,
pot.
bro.
That's how the pot always works.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Tough, bro. That's tough.
Let's be real.
I can see us.
Galatasaray might be
So,
might. We don't know.
look, it could
They have
be.
Zaha,
No,
bro.
Yeah, they got
That's what I'm
some.
saying.
They got some. They
They
got
have
some.
a
It's
Karius,
not an easy group.
Zaha.
It's not. It's not.
Also,
The
they have
Dortmund.
Ziyech.
Ready,
Chris
ready,
Martin?
That's
ready to tango
dang,
in
that's
them
their
bad
birthday.
boy.
Right?
Ready to tango's going there too.
And Icardi is scoring some
there.
goals, bro.
Yeah.
Is Ziyech is on Galatasaray? That's a tasty
Yeah.
front three.
He
Yeah.
failed his
No, they're
medical and still went there.
Yeah, still, yo, that was pity.
He was
That was
supposed
pure
to join
pity.
Al Nasser.
Nah, he would still start for Chelsea if they let him, bro. to
But
be
yeah,
honest.
Why are we
again,
doing this? We're talking about Champions League.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
okay.
but yeah.
What
Before-
pot
yeah,
was
yeah.
United in? I honestly didn't pay attention to
We're
the draw at
pot
all.
B. We're B.
Pot
Or C.
two, yeah.
yeah,
Two.
pot two,
Right?
Yeah,
a word.
Yeah, yeah, we're
And
part
yeah.
two.
And for the people
That's what I'm
who,
saying.
I was about to say, and for the people who
We
just
coulda-
didn't go real quick, I
Yeah.
was say the group. Well, yeah, the group is Bayern, Man United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. So that's Group A. So that's why there's a little bit of that.
That's why I'm saying, how can Gene
It's
sit here
iffy.
and say that they got screwed
No,
when you look
no,
at
no, no,
Newcastle
no.
and
No, Newcastle. Okay, listen. That's the.
I would say-
Is that the
I
toughest
would-
group in Champions League history?
it has to.
That
History?
could
I don't
be.
think so.
That's
No,
up there.
I
That's
don't
up
think
there.
there's
Remember in
Group?
2012 there was Man
There was.
City,
I mean,
Real Madrid,
Yeah,
Dortmund, Ajax.
Dortmund and Ajax.
That's-
They
that's
had
a
all
killer
won the
group.
league. They had all won their domestic leagues the season before.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
that was insane.
That's a
times.
I
killer
mean, I
group.
guess in terms of just the actual name of the clubs, it's one
I
of the
would even
biggest.
say
If you
that-
really break down these teams, like Dortmund just tied whoever it was, some bum team at the bottom of the table.
Yeah,
PSG
they
is
did lose
obviously-
to a team like Chelsea last year in the Champions
Yeah.
League. So
Well,
They did.
I would also even argue that like that Barcelona Bayern intergroup last season was more with Benfica. I think was
And
also
PSG
I think that was more
obviously
deadly. I
isn't
think.
what we thought
Nah,
of in the past.
at the end of
Milan
the day,
looks good.
well, they spent another 300
Yeah,
million
I'm not
in this
gonna
freaking transfer
lie.
window.
Yeah,
These guys brought in people, bro. Like they had like a low key type like transfer window, like screen out for free. And then Dembele, bro, 90
Yeah,
something
Colomwani?
for bro.
Colomwani, yeah.
We didn't because that wasn't like a signing when we talked last week, but 95 million with add-ons and stuff.
bro.
That's a
I
lot
can
of
see,
bread, bro.
I can see how
when
Man
it-
United fans think they got screwed. Like,
No, I'm not saying. I don't
like,
think. Listen, we
in
should
comparison to
go
Arsenal- comparison
past.
to Arsenal.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. From that second to third, and that big difference in groups is crazy.
Yeah.
But like I
D&E
said,
is the most
we
disgusting thing I've ever seen.
it's just whatever.
Which group? E?
D and E.
Oh yeah,
Those
E.
are just-
The one City is
His
in, bro.
ass.
If Holland doesn't score 35
Bro,
goals in that group, bro,
You
like
need,
that's fraudulent.
City
bro.
need to let me know what luck they have to attract
I don't know
RB
who
Leipzig
they're playing.
every single season. How do you guys get Leipzig every single time, bro?
Hey,
Those
we're gonna
guys
act
are
like
the
we're gonna act
worst.
like
It's like getting the same
okay.
swipe right
I know
on
we
Tinder,
hate
bro.
Leipzig.
Yeah,
But are we gonna act like
algorithm.
Leipzig are that bad? Like,
They're worse.
I
They're
mean, they
worse
just
than
clowned
BVB.
Bayern.
They're
No,
worse
I'm
than
not
BVB.
saying that. I'm not saying that they're
truthfully not that
bad.
bad.
I'm not saying that they're bad. But y'all just get grouped with them every year and just wipe the floor. It's like, all right, man, it's
I mean, we
It's
automatic.
used
like
to get
Come
Bayern.
on,
grouped
this
It's
with
like
track.
Shakhtar
Bayern
every
getting
year, too.
Barca, bro. It's like Bayern getting Barca. They're little.
Or
that's
Bayern
their
Arsenal round of 16.
God
Adrian, can you
bless.
pronounce
And never
the
again.
Serbian team, please, that you guys are playing?
I can pronounce their English name. I believe they're called Red Star Belgrade or Belgrade.
Oof.
What?
Yo, that's a crazy away fixture. Liverpool
Yeah.
had them a few years ago.
Oh yeah, we had them in the Europa League a couple years
No,
ago.
I
as
can't
well.
pronounce
They're just
they're
rough.
they're from Czech Republic, I think.
No, Serbia.
No, Serbia.
I don't think it's.
Serbian. Okay.
I don't think it's Red Star.
Serbia? Damn, Serbia.
Yeah,
I couldn't
That's-
pronounce their.
That's
Serbian
one of
name.
the that's
Don't
one of
even
them
wanna
away days where you have to go into the stadium early with the away fans, get locked in,
Facts.
and then wait like another 2
I'm pretty
hours
sure they
until
caved
everybody
in the
goes
away
out.
fans.
Yeah.
The
Pretty sure like
flares
it's-
are going to be.
Oh
Nah, I
yeah.
would not go to. I would
on the
not go to
field.
Serbia,
Crazy.
bro. I would not
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to
the men
Serbia
are
watching.
moving crazy out there.
Yeah.
I would not
Eastern
go.
Nah,
Europe.
men
Europe,
of
right?
our complexion too. Hell no.
Oh nah, yeah, nah.
Yeah,
I'm cool, bro.
Mhm.
I'm
I
good.
can't
man.
stop
Yeah,
looking at why is Young Boys named Young Boys? That needs to change. Every year I'm like,
they
how is
need
it?
a. Yeah, that's a name
Hey,
that they.
Hey, man,
PR
listen,
manager
listen,
going
Young
and say,
Boys-
guys,
How old is Young Boys? They're from like the 50s.
Whoa.
Something like that.
Hey yo. Why you looking into all that? Don't worry about all that. Don't.
I should have worded that better. I should have worded
Yo,
That's what I'm
Adrian,
saying.
This
this marketing team is just in for hell, man.
Bro, this is exactly why they need to
Bro,
get
that's
rid
their
of that
football
name,
heritage, man. Don't
Football.
insult the
You
Swiss culture.
Yeah, you can't
Right.
like and there's
Young
no
boy's age is crazy. bro.
wild.
there is no common
Insane.
football phrase that you can say, you know what I'm saying, that
Oh
fits
my.
their club name. You can't match
Yeah.
them and the
Imagine
Chelsea.
running
You
their social media. Like,
Yo,
you have
facts.
to be so careful with everything you say.
know what I'm saying?
How
And
old-
Yeah, but you know
How
people
old
love
is
it, bro.
YB
Chelsea batters,
FC
YB.
from
I don't know.
Switzerland?
It's crazy.
Mm,
How old is YB?
What's the name of the club?
You want me to look it up right now?
YB
I swear they're like
Football
like
Club, champions of,
22 years old. The
Switzerland.
club's like
Nah, they
22
have-
years old.
Wait, they're that young?
No way.
I remember a couple years ago they said they were like less than 20.
Oh, shit. I just Googled it. I'm going to get the government coming after this. Fuck.
Jason,
what is it?
1958. No, sorry. 1898 was
Oh,
when it
never
was
mind.
founded.
yeah.
Okay, I was
18,
wrong. I
okay,
was
no,
totally
that's
off.
crazy.
Bro, Trey
That might,
talking this when he had a fake news.
chill. That might be another club.
crazy.
There was
That's
another club that was
20
like
years. That's
found
crazy.
that was like founded
No,
like
I
very.
think what you saw is you
Nah,
thought it
you're
was
thinking of
1998.
PSG, bro. You're thinking of PSG, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm going to
They're
clear my
like they're the
history.
80s, 90s, right? They're
Yeah. But yeah, nah. In any case, these groups look, I mean, fairly straightforward. Yeah, Group F. I'll tell you, I think I'll
What
wait
did
till we
Barca
get
do?
close. Barca
got an easy group.
Barca
no?
got Porto, Shakhtar, and Antwerp. They, I mean, Porto
Farmers,
could kind of
man.
but the rest of them
Antwerp.
is mostly farmers.
Nah,
It's-
Porto are
it's-
farmers and
yeah,
Watch them
Nah,
still.
right
fail
now
to
they're
make it out of the
getting-
group.
Oof.
yeah, nah. And Barca, Xavi might actually make it through a
If
group
Barca
stage.
somehow,
It's insane.
if Barca somehow,
bro, I want Xavi to not make it through again. I want that.
That would
Barcelona,
be
Liverpool
that
Europa
would
League
be
clash.
hilarious.
I want that football heritage in Europe.
I would love it. I would love it, and I think I
Nah,
deserve.
if they don't make it, bro, they'll be. They have to. They have to.
And
send
out of
Xavi,
this
bro.
group, oh yeah,
This
nah.
is-
Xavi's never, to this day, Xavi's never managed to knock out.
Yeah,
game in the
he hasn't made it
Champions
through. That shit
Nah,
is
he
too
has to.
funny, bro.
He has to
Yeah.
at least focus on that. He has to focus. On
Yeah,
that.
but on the whole, these groups, I mean, most of them look pretty straightforward. Honestly, like low key, I think Newcastle, I feel like I give them like a 60% chance of getting through. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, what?
I ain't gonna lie.
Even after what we've seen
Hell
through
no.
four games
Hell
of
no.
Premier
I
League,
give
Dortmund
him a
are kinda
50-50.
sketch.
I give him a 50-50.
Dortmund-
Nah, I think
50-50.
Newcastle would do well to finish third in that group, honestly.
PSG
Nah.
gonna mop the floor with them. That's easy. You know what I'm saying?
I
PSG
think
gonna mop.
Milan
we
could
don't-
have
honestly-
PSG are
actually, I don't
fraudulent,
know
bro.
about that.
PSG
I don't know about
fraudulent
that.
teams,
PSG
bro.
can mop the
That's
floor with
thing.
them.
Dude, they-
Dortmund,
Bro,
I
PSG
think
just
Dortmund.
cooked, they just cooked Lyon yesterday.
I'm like
away
they
4-1.
These
cook-
League
they
One
cook-
teams, bro. These League One
But they-
teams, bro.
I think
That's
listen,
the
Leon is
best
having
league
like
in
a
the world.
historically bad season as well.
They had Lacazette scoring like 30 goals in that league, bro. Like that, they're not real, bro.
Bro,
Dang.
PSG, but PSG, like they're like they obviously have better players than Newcastle.
They had
I think that-
Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar in one team.
unbalanced
Also,
ass
what did they
team.
Janko,
That's
Leon,
crazy.
Let me, no, they obviously have a better
right now.
team than Newcastle. Now they actually have a serious manager. Like I said, way earlier when we were doing our preseason predictions, they have a manager who's actually capable of handling an imbalanced team with
That's also true.
a crazy front three. And right now the team is more balanced. I think the Mbappe,
Facts.
Asensio,
their
Dembele front three
Ugarte.
works a lot better than
Yeah.
Messi, Mbappe, Neymar. Because Dembele would work, Asensio would
What's the
work.
midfield, bro?
Gonzalo
What's their
Ramos.
midfield?
There is
the
what
Dembele?
Ugarte,
yeah,
Vitinha.
yeah.
Dembele's gonna play about 10
they have
games this season.
That
Well, he's playing right
midfield
now, bro. That's all that matters.
Zaire Emery started this weekend.
have midfielders.
Right, he's like the 16-year-old,
I don't
right?
know.
No,
Yeah.
okay. I want to ask, do you
So, yeah.
like? Would you honestly say that, just straight out, that like no doubt that PSG are gonna beat Newcastle home and away?
No, I'm not saying that. But
Exactly.
I don't think
my
anyone.
point
does.
is, I put Newcastle's percentage of progressing at like 30 max.
I would probably say.
I give them.
This
I
is
give them
also-
50-50.
Because this is also their first season in the Champions League in what 20 years. Like for this
Yeah.
whole squad, this
Oh,
is
wow.
totally new. Eddie Howe's totally
Tonali.
new. Okay, other than like
Yeah,
Tonali, I
Tonali
think
is
maybe
not-
Isaac
Bruno and
played?
Trippier.
Has Isaac played?
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah.
Maybe.
He may have-
Um,
Maybe
Maybe
it
Sociedad
was
could work.
Sociedad, but I don't remember Sociedad being there when
But
he was there.
for the vast majority of the team, this is brand new territory. I just think they're going to be more excited to be there than
Trippier.
anything. Like
Yeah.
I could see them beating PSG at St James's maybe, or Milan or Dortmund. But I just think
Yeah.
overall I don't know,
That's what
man.
I'm saying.
I mean, Milan
they
has
get all
started
their
the season
wins,
really well.
if
Well,
they get
just
all
know
their
that if
much
if
more
they're
than-
in a race with Dortmund for second place, then Dortmund will bottle it. So
Yeah, then I'm about to say I ain't
I
gonna
don't
lie.
think Dortmund's going to be in a
I'm-
spot to even.
I know we're not
And-
doing Champions League predictions now, but I'm saying
Yeah,
right now PSG Milan go through.
yeah. The only tricky
I
thing
didn't
is
say
how
that.
know Milan is gonna be. That's my ticker. I don't
They
know
look
how
good. They look
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I need
Giroud's
to
gonna
see
go
more.
to
Well, last
Newcastle
year,
know
they
how
lost
to-
to Inter, bro.
I'm
They
gonna
lost
say-
to Inter.
But
They
I'm gonna say
should've beat
did
Chelsea's beat.
But did they have Hafali out for those games? He wasn't there. He was there for the
They
first
all came
leg.
back
in
for
the second
leg.
game.
Yeah,
But I think
Didn't
better
do
now
nothing.
than they were last season.
Leao
Yeah,
was he was
they
injured
had-
last, and
Oh, they
even
had
in the game.
the
he
Chelsea
played.
rejects. They
Mm.
added the Chelsea rejects. I don't know.
Are they the
bro.
rejects
the
at
end of
this
the day.
point? Is it not the Chelsea first team?
Right? Bro, the term Chelsea reject is meaningless.
Nah,
It
for
means,
real.
like,
That's actually like a
that might
compliment.
that might
actually.
be
Right.
termed
No, yeah,
at
that's what I'm
this
saying.
stage.
You know who else is a Chelsea reject?
XXX.
Salah, De Bruyne.
But then
um,
I'm
You
about to
think
say,
Pulisic is
Yeah.
on that same level?
oh,
He's
of course
getting
not.
there.
Chelsea reject.
Of course
No,
not. If he can have an
absolutely
injury-free
not.
season, he could.
he can
He
No,
could be
Milan
exciting.
are
Their front
good.
three is exciting.
Listen, Milan and PSG are but they have to beat Newcastle away. That's the thing. Like if Newcastle
They
gets all
don't
their
have to
3
beat them
wins,
away.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I
But if
think if they beat them
Newcastle
at
wins
home,
their
then-
3 games at home, I think they
Oh,
could
of
do
course,
it.
yeah. If they do that,
Yeah.
they'll,
You know
what I'm
they'll
saying?
probably go through. But I don't think they
I'm
will.
pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm just
I think
saying, bro.
An away
St.
game.
James is gonna be insane. Away
The atmosphere
trip.
gonna
Like,
be
That's what I'm saying.
like those games are gonna be so fun to watch.
Bro.
The
That's what I'm
atmosphere will be
saying.
like,
Dog, we gotta
And
see.
Borussia, and to steal a game from Borussia at away is not.
At
gonna be that
Signal
tough.
Iduna,
I will
yo,
say
that
also,
might be crazy.
Newcastle's football is tailor made for European
Cup style,
cup
yeah.
competitions.
I agree.
But I don't know. I just don't. I don't think they'll.
Yeah.
Not this season. I think it's too early. I don't even think they should be in the Champions League this season. To be fair, I think they're ahead of their
The trajectory.
schedule.
Mhm.
Like they couldn't have expected Liverpool and Chelsea to be so bad last season. I feel like Eddie Howe would have been fine with Europa League. And
With
I
the
feel like
Europa
their
League
squad.
run. Yeah.
I feel like their squad is
Of course, they would have been
better
fine
suited
with
for a
it.
Europa
Oh,
League
yeah.
run than a
They
Champions
would-
League run.
Yeah.
So
No, I don't think they'll
I
go.
agree with that.
I don't know. We'll see. I
Yeah.
think
They're
they'll
gonna
go
reap
through,
the
though.
financial benefit. So
Yeah.
we
Oh
have
yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited
Yeah.
to watch them.
I'm saying I can see a world where they make it through the group, but just get knocked out in the round of 16 just because they don't have it. And again, we talked about this in the group chat
depends who they
before.
go
be a
against.
It's just that,
massive accomplishment for them. Like,
yeah,
I don't think
absolutely.
anyone
Yeah.
would bat an eye at Newcastle if they get out of the
Yeah,
group.
making it out of the group
nah.
would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still make fun of them regardless of what happens.
All I'm saying is I'm just excited to see Mbappe in a cold night in Newcastle, man. That is going to be just
Bro,
for
I
the
can't
meme
even
potential.
picture that.
That's
Right?
hilarious.
PSG
That's
at St. James's
hilarious.
Park. Mbappe.
Running at Dan Burn.
Damn,
It's
Brandon
insane.
Trippier on the other side. Yo, bro, that shit is hilarious to me, and I personally can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
I'm happy for the Newcastle fans. Like that, they must be so
yeah,
excited.
they're
at
buzzing.
The prospect, like,
Can't wait for
like,
Mbappe
what an
to
insane
be
group to get
exposed,
first
bro.
season Champions League in
Mhm.
20 years.
Yeah, man. But,
Mbappe's
good
about to
time.
be exposed against that defense, man.
yeah.
He can't run past Trippier, bro.
No. One ball over. Yo, they better.
Yo, that
They
group's
better
gonna
not
go
play out of their
crazy
shell.
in
Oh
next
my
month.
goodness. Yeah, nah.
What's
Somebody
the
hold
schedule?
on.
Who does Newcastle play first? Do you know?
You never know, man. Maybe they lock them
Let
up.
me see. Actually, Newcastle's first game, match day. Let me see. Match day 1. Oh, it's
Milan.
Milan.
away.
Yeah.
Tonali Derby.
Not for real.
The first one at St. James's though is Dortmund.
Word.
That's a quick turnaround. September 19th. Jeez.
Yeah, like, we're right
Yeah.
there, bro. It's gonna kick off like ASAP, man. I ain't gonna lie. Tonali gonna get to San Siro and gonna lock himself in the back rooms, bro. He might make a U. He might say, "Hold on, wait, I remember." Oh, bro, it's crazy though. But yeah, I'm excited for Champions League this season, and we're like, isn't it the last year with this format before we go like, oh, the top 5
before
get
the
through and then all that.
before the stupid league
correct.
table.
Yeah, so we gotta relish in this one, man. We gotta relish in this one. Oh, actually, no, for real. For you, who did y'all draw in the Europa League group? Deadass.
We're actually gonna talk about that?
Not even draw. I was curious. I really didn't look.
He's just like, we're not.
No,
talking
our
about it.
group
Next.
is dead. The only interesting thing about it is Alexis McAllister's brother plays for
Wait.
Union,
Really?
a Belgian team.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a McAllister derby,
Oh shoot.
and his name
my
is
God.
Kevin McAllister.
That's right, yeah,
He's
I
not
remember I
home
saw
alone,
that.
bro. He's not
They're
home
not
alone.
Argentinian, bro. These guys are not Argentinian.
Bro,
Yeah, there's some
Fal-
spots, bro.
Listen,
But,
They're wherever Chase was
Them
born, they were
Falkland
born in that
conflicts,
same
baby.
area, bro. Like, let's be
I
honest.
thought
here.
that one game he went crazy like 2 years ago. He scored that free kick. I thought he was Irish the whole time. Then I heard him talk. I was like, what?
The name.
insanity, bro.
Yeah,
Insanity.
that
who did
group
Chel-
is just pure.
who did Chelsea get?
Is just pure squad
For
rotation, giving players like Kwanzaa and Curtis Jones. and
Chelsea's
Elliott
worried about
minutes.
Nottingham Forest right now, not Champions League.
Word. I thought I was looking for group
Not
L,
even in the
but I didn't see
conference,
it.
right? Yeah, not even conference.
Yeah.
And Chelsea's gonna be watching the games like us.
Nah, but listen, you're gonna love watching the. Nah, it's a good thing for a Chelsea fan to watch these games because there's
No
just
pressure.
you know what I'm saying, no pressure. You're just gonna be you're either gonna laugh at us or
Honestly-
you're gonna stay quiet.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
We
entertainment.
should have worked out a deal to loan Mudryk back to a Ukrainian side that's in one of these competitions.
That is
So you can
yeah.
figure this shit out.
There's only
because
one. There's only one. It's a
To get
One
it.
they-
Shakhtar. It's only ever Shakhtar.
Let's just give him back. How about that for free? We'll loan him back with an obligation to take him for free. That's
You
where
guys
I'm
should loan
at.
him out to Luton fans, bro. They need
Bro, the
him,
way
bro.
Nah,
Chase
yeah,
is
they
just
need
starting
someone.
back on Mudryk, man.
What's that?
Why don't you, well, the way you're just starting back on Mudryk's case, he played like 10 minutes. Why don't you talk about?
Did you see that shot he took and almost
Jackson?
killed someone from like 45 yards out? That was
What? There was
pathetic.
like 87th minute. He has the ball 50 yards out, 45 yards out. He's like, yo,
No, that clip
okay,
was-
I'm
He's
just
like,
gonna, I can't score from 5 yards out. Let me try.
It's
it from here,
Mudryk
bro.
time.
Hey,
That's what he said.
can you blame him honestly though? He's gonna pass it to the same guys who just pass it right back to him and go around the merry-go-round back.
I just thought it was funny that he nailed that guy in the head. It was just.
Bro, that
Oh,
shot
yeah,
was
yeah.
flying top corner, man, in an alternate reality.
You would see that
defender
clip
doesn't block
of
it.
Chelsea. It's like Chelsea trying to play against a low block. You just see them like you see the clip going fast, like it's going fast forwarding. And
Oh,
it's just-
yeah.
They keep
Hey,
passing
I'll
it
give
back.
it to him. That was a bomb,
passes
bro.
on
That
FIFA.
was a
Like,
was a
that was
bullet.
a power shot. That was a
Yeah.
good shot. That was a
But yeah,
power shot.
oh man, the European competition is gonna be there this season. I'm sorry, Shango. I'm just glad I don't have to hear that bum ass Europa League music anymore, bro. I can hear the choir.
Those tweets, those tweets.
Oh,
nah,
yeah.
the tweets are the worst, bro. They just keep
Bro,
adding all these
they keep
players.
You're
latching
gonna have
on
it,
to
man.
you.
Yo,
Oh
yo,
my
yeah, that Europa
gosh.
League account needs to calm down.
I want to.
my
I was
The way
waiting
they
for
have
the day
that
where I can
firm
block
grip,
them.
like the guy holding the burger or whatever.
The
They
chicken
have that
sandwich.
firm grip on Liverpool Football Club. Now they're
Bro,
running for
this-
this season.
They gonna
tagged
go
you
after
guys
you.
50 times. 50 times. in the past, like,
Harassment,
2 weeks,
bro.
Bro, they're like I wonder what
Picture
the
that, like
Europa League.
king and put it all out there.
Right, I
That
wonder
guy
what the
gets
Europa
paid,
League
bro.
like social media admin thinks when like
He
he or
gets
she posts
paid.
the stuff, and then they see the replies or stop tagging you, stop it, stop.
Facts, bro. Say who
They have a laugh, bro.
who want me? No, nobody. 100%, bro. Like get the hell
They're
out of
just
here,
having a
man.
laugh.
Nah,
They
people
had
want them,
some
bro.
weird
Brighton,
behavior though.
like,
Do you remember
Brighton are
when
really
that
excited to be
Champions
there.
Oh,
League?
yeah,
Do
right,
you remember when
yeah.
the Champions League? I think it was last season or the season before where they did a promo for like Liverpool or for Salah. They were like Egyptian king, and they put a picture of him without his shirt on. And then somebody like they were like, what kind of promo is this?
Yeah, I remember that. I
Remember
remember that.
So there's some weird behavior
Nah,
on
man.
those
Nah,
accounts.
those accounts are funny.
I hope United somehow do not end up, bro. If we can't make it out of our group, like let us get fourth and be done with it, bro. I do
Now,
not
I want
want
at least one of you guys to join us in Europa League.
But I do not
Have
want
an
to
all
get
English
fourth.
quarter or semifinal drama. That's
I'd
box
rather-
office.
No,
Yeah,
I'd
man.
rather get fourth and get out of that place, bro. Fuck that.
Bro, Liverpool Man United Europa League tie goes hard. Remember in
Nah.
2016? Yeah, that was
Man,
that was
would be-
insane.
That would be the real European champs right there if we
Facts.
somehow get that to happen.
That's true.
But real quick on how I mentioned Brighton, I'm pretty sure they have Ajax in their group, so
Oh
that's gonna be a
shoot.
pretty tasty. tie
Oh
over there.
damn. Okay, all right.
Well, Ajax are about to get touched, bro. 'cause
Yeah,
they
nah,
have
they-
not been. They have not been.
I
Yeah, since Ten Hag left, they haven't. I mean, the fact that they're in the Europa League tells you they haven't been doing too well.
Facts, but
Tough.
yeah, we'll
It's
see
looking
it
tough for
though.
them.
We'll see it though. European comp is going to be real good this season. We can move forward a little bit. We can do a quick recap on this. I'll switch the topics a little bit. As deadline day passed, it's been over for a couple of days. I just want to get a quick recap. You know what I'm saying? How y'all felt about some of the signings that went to and fro. Some of your favorites. Who was a standout signing? What could have been done for y'all teams or others? Just real quick, a quick recap on the summer window and deadline day and what you saw.
I'll go first. It was the most merry-go-round transfer window I think Liverpool has had in at least that I can remember. Just madness. We didn't know what was coming. The Caicedo 24 hours was ridiculous. Right on the eve of the season starting. We started the
Against
summer
the
probably right. We started the summer thinking of Bellingham. We ended up going all around the world. Ended up with Endo and everything. But with all that being said, I'm mostly happy. I think the four midfielders we got are a huge improvement on what we had before. I think you can even already see in these first few games, like at least when we've had 11 men on the pitch, that that we just look more composed in the middle of the park than we did with Henderson and Fabinho and whatever. So I'll probably rank our window maybe an 8 out of 10. We were also able to recoup good money from Fabinho, from Henderson. Got rid of a lot of deadwood. However, I think not signing a center back is still an issue. That's probably the main thing keeping it.
Gomez and Matip they've been holding their, they haven't been.
No, they're fine, but there's a big the fact that we're 3 matches into the season and we already had to start
Just
with our
both of them.
third and fourth choice center backs.
Yeah, it's not good.
It seemed like Klopp is putting a lot of faith in Jarrell Quansah to be the 5th choice, and he's looked good in the cameos he's had. It just, I don't know, it just seems like a lot. Like we
better
really
than
could have
what-
done with a left-footed center back to cover either for Van Dijk when we're playing.
And
a
there's
back
a lot
four,
of center
and then
backs
also
available.
when we play this box formation to play the role that Robertson's playing right now. Because even though he was great against Villa, I don't know if that left back center back hybrid role really suits him like it would like a Nathan Ake or something. That's the one thing keeping it from being a 10 out of 10. Actually, that and maybe a more specialized DM. But overall, I put at an 8 or 7.5. It was a good window. Like we've addressed the biggest issues, and I think our team's better.
So
No,
I'm
fair.
gonna go right off of you. Because talking about center backs, bro. What is Manchester United in a game against Arsenal? You have to sub in Harry Maguire in 2023 and Johnny Evans.
Hey, we gonna talk about him later too.
Right, who would
but
have had on their bingo
yeah.
card Maguire and Evans?
Bro, Leicester
playing at the center-
18-19
A center back partnership at the Emirates this season for United. Who would have
in
predicted that? in summer?
2023.
It's an actual relegation partnership
Bro,
that not and
like-
proven because Leicester had them in like 2017 and they were fighting relegation with those two at the back. That's crazy.
Bro, like,
But were they
how
really?
did we
is
not
that, the
sign?
Claude Puel era?
Yeah, this was when Leicester was fighting relegation. Like
How
when they
did
first
we not
started, they
sign
really got
someone?
that.
Yeah, that's
bro.
incredible.
How did we not sign a center back this season? Todibo was available.
Yeah, what happened
There's,
to
like,
Todibo? Wasn't
Yeah.
that like a link?
vibes,
Awesome.
bro? Like these guys are just
Vibe.
apparently
Vibe.
either we have like financial fair play into we had to wait till last second to sign Amberat. Like I don't know, bro. Like I don't know what's the situation, but Then the day it's Glazers out, because those guys do not know how to run a club. They're gonna transform us into Barcelona, bro. Soon we're gonna be like Barcelona, having to sign people on free.
They gonna
Like,
have
I said,
weddings
like,
in your state.
they gonna have
like,
title on the front of these shirts, bro. They gonna have title instead
they're
of
gonna send me an
Spotify.
email to start donating 50 euros every month or something. Like, something's gonna happen. But they want 10 billion now for Manchester United. Like, those guys are a joke, bro. Like the Glazers family, bro. Just go. I don't know. There's some submarines to go look at and stuff like that. They should invest into that or something. Not football, bro.
Bro, and you guys
These
didn't
guys are
even
on
like
another
successfully like sell the players that I'm guessing you wanted to sell, right? Like Van de Beek, Maguire.
Like no,
Like you didn't
these
get
guys
money
are
out
refusing,
of the Deadwood.
bro. These guys obviously they're refusing to leave because of their contract. Like Maguire's contract, like I don't even know how much he gets paid, but he doesn't want to leave, bro. He's getting paid so much money. No one's gonna offer him that. We're just gonna have to wait it out, apparently. But at least, like I saw that Eric, he left on a free. Like
Eric
Bailly? Yeah,
Yo, I
he
forgot
just
about
left
that
on a
guy.
free. That's what I'm saying. Like I would still rather him play than Johnny Evans, though. Like,
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I'm glad we signed a striker, but we don't know. You saw him; he's a beast, but he's still young. It's not what we needed. You know, we needed someone that is already proven, like Evan Ferguson or something like that. But
You need a Harry Kane. That's what United needed.
You have 300 million for Evan Ferguson.
Nah,
That's
for
probably
real.
what's gonna cost.
Do you have the
It's tough.
GDP
It's
of a
tough.
small nation?
I mean, speaking of Brighton, I think that the fact that they were even in a position to bring on a player like, and granted, Ansu Fati hasn't been what he was kind of panned out to be when he takes a 10 shirt from Messi.
that
Still
was
the
big for
fact
the
that-
Premier League.
I mean, still the fact that
big.
somebody is willing to, who was at that level, look at Brighton as a place to kind of
Yeah.
revive
Took
his
Messi's
career.
That's Messi's number 10, bro. He took
Which
Messi's
also the
number 10,
fact
bro.
that it's scary for the Premier League, regardless of how good or bad you think Fati has been in the past, he still is a player from
Good
Barcelona
point.
coming to a team like Brighton, who's already as exciting as they are going forward with what we just saw against Newcastle, and continuously besides that West Ham game this season. So I think that was a signing that could turn out to be very impactful for Brighton. And again, what's really the big loss if it doesn't work out? Like, it was very good business, which is just another, I mean, one of many that Brighton has done since they've started this kind of rebuild or whatever you want to call it. It's
That's a
crazy what
great
they've
point.
done.
Yeah.
We're back to United.
They sat him down.
Give
by
us
the
a
way.
6
They
out of
had him
10.
much-
6 out of 10 for our window.
No, fair.
We needed,
I was gonna add
we
a
needed some more
quick
stuff.
quick note about Ansu Fati's announcement video where they had him sit down and watch these like
Watch-
random Brighton goals.
League,
from,
like League 2, League 3.
League 2. It's like,
Oh,
He's like, it's my
Brighton-
dream to always play for Brighton.
Whoever thought of that, Brighton, like, come on.
that was such
This
an
guy was
awkward- like,
watching
you could see,
Johan
you could
Cruyff.
see
This guy
like they
grew up
literally had the
Messi
camera on
and
his face.
Ronaldinho.
It's like what like they want his reaction from
And he's going like
watching
this.
Glenn Murray's
Right?
He's like,
Yeah, he's like this.
The most NPC like type of like
this is the most
like
awkward thing
reactions
ever.
ever, bro.
Yep.
Oh my lord, Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea transfer window.
Whew.
Please.
Yeah, let's
What
talk
do you
about
think?
Yeah.
Talk
give me
about
So
radio.
it.
far, 4 games in.
I mean-
another 500 million spent. What are you thinking?
I think the Cole Palmer deal, and clip this if it ends up blowing back up in my face, is just a stupid deal. I get needing that player profile, someone who could play the 10, the 7, and the 11 essentially, but anyone else, please. I mean, this guy, just because he has some FA Cup and Champions League medals to his name from his time at City, he's okay, I guess, but I don't see him solving any of the issues, especially for the price tag that was paid for him. So, I mean, it's just another wrinkle in a whole line of issues. And then I've tried to kind of fall into the Jackson hype and whatever paraphernalia or whatever you want to call it at this point.
Michael Jackson, baby.
But I don't think, and I hope I'm proven wrong, that doesn't seem to be the answer to the biggest glaring issue that Chelsea has to start things off. And I can get into a rant later, but really ever since Diego Costa left, I think there really hasn't been anyone who's showed any kind of potential up top. So, I mean, that was still, and Nkunku obviously leaving kind of threw a wrench and everything, but yeah, I don't think, it's crazy to say I don't think Chelsea did enough, but I don't think they did enough. And I don't think, the mystery signing or whatever.
But the mystery signing was
Cole
crazy.
Palmer being the fucking mystery signing.
Yo,
is
I
just
forgot
blowing
about
my mind.
that.
Insane. What
That
would be
was
what are they thinking of the hype? Like, why would they hype that up at all? Like, why would they like? Oh,
You would have thought they were bringing in Mbappe with the. It's just like I
Thought he
get
was
it.
something.
Like,
bro.
I understand the player profile that he brings to the table, but he's not fixing any long-term issues that I would rather just throw Ian Maatsen in there, someone younger who can just get experience and then maybe, earn his way into a $45 million move in the future to help us fix all this financial issues going on. So, again, I don't get it.
Something that Chelsea refused to sign anyone that was over 26. Like, no joke.
I
Like,
don't think I'm saying, like, what is the strategy of signing these raw, unproven players? Like, it's obviously like you want
for
you want to
7,
sign,
8 years, bro. Like,
right? Like,
they're just
obviously
hoping to
signing younger players is
The
good
length of the
strategy.
contract is to help with the whole financial fair play thing.
I know,
Yeah,
but
but
they're still in
like
contract.
signing young
Yeah,
players,
yeah.
like you need to sprinkle in some seasoned pros in there. Like
That's when you-
getting rid of
Guys said
11
they had
players and
Madison,
signing,
bro.
like getting rid of like 11 players and signing 11 more. And the ones you let go are Champions League winners.
But you still didn't even bring in
and then
you didn't bring in a real
bunch of kids.
goalkeeper. Yeah, you didn't bring in a real goalkeeper. Again, like I guess Caicedo is
not a real goalkeeper.
Brighton reject,
Caicedo's
bro.
a veteran in terms of like he played a year in the Premier League. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's it. That's
Not
like,
even. He's
like,
21.
he's still 21, and he has one season in the league. Like maybe
Nah,
what is it, 40 appearances for Brighton?
Yeah, it was like
before-
43-ish or something like
They
that.
basically spent like $1 billion on potential.
Yeah,
But that's the thing is that
insane.
the squad is literally all the young guys, Sterling, and then Thiago Silva. That's like that's it.
Yeah,
That's
Chilwell,
what I'm
who's
saying. It doesn't
Like,
make
I've heard
sense.
Chilwell
a
talking about
billion-
how
a
he's
billion
technically one of the
potential.
senior players in the squad now, and it freaks him out. He's like, I'm 26, or like,
Facts.
like that shouldn't be right.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's
A
pretty. I
billion-
don't know.
a billion
the
on
idea
potential.
That, the idea that they spent $1 billion, or I don't even know how much at this point, and like you look at that starting lineup, and you're like, there's no superstars.
Maybe Todd
nothing.
is going to be
How many
laughing at us
even?
in 3 years.
How many
bro.
players are even like world class at Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, again, in
now.
5 years, we could be like, I can't believe Chelsea got all these guys for these prices, and half of them end up being studs. But I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I don't see it
Again, the
happening.
fact
bro.
that I don't think Adrian was having trouble to sleep when he saw that we signed Cole Palmer. Like, I don't understand.
Oh, we fleeced you.
Yeah, it's
45
like we
million?
were more upset when we got rid of Lewis Hall than they were when they got rid of Cole Palmer. It's just like I don't. It's
And it's also
frustrating.
like
I mean,
the young players you're signing aren't even like. It's not like you're signing Tchouaméni, Camavinga. You know, like it's just
no one I can't get into the whole. I don't want to do it now. We'll get into it later. Like no one imposes himself on the game. Like if you're gonna bring in a young player, like you said, if Camavinga came in, you would know he's out there regardless of his age. You have certain players who you don't think they're young, but they don't play young. Every player that besides maybe Enzo, you can tell that they're young players, but you can't use that as an excuse. I mean, it's just levels to it. Again, if you brought in Tchouaméni or Camavinga, it wouldn't matter their age. So it's like you're bringing in, and these guys don't really have any. I mean, Cole Palmer, how many combined Premier League appearances does he have in the last 4 or 5 years? Lavia's barely played in the
like
Premier League.
3?
I think so. No, he
4?
has like 18 games. He has
18 games?
but not
Zero
full
starts?
games, obviously.
No
Yeah,
goals.
but
I think-
Mudryk
I
has
think he
more
bought-
assists than him.
I
It's
think he
crazy.
bought Cole Palmer based off that header in the.
His goal against
No.
Arsenal.
Yeah, he watched
the
it.
Bayern
No,
No, he
against
literally
Arsenal was
watched him
head
score
loss.
against Arsenal. He literally
He scored against Sevilla the next game too, I think. So he's like, "Oh, this guy scored 2 games in a row."
That one goal earned Manchester City Football Club £30 million extra because he
And
scored
Todd
against
literally
Arsenal.
Todd watched that goal. He's like, I'm gonna get him. How much did it
was
cost? When
licking
they
his
said
lips.
something under
licking his
100
lips.
million, his freaking
Right?
eyes lit up. He's not 100 million.
Bro.
Boom, he bought it.
I ain't
That's
gonna
what
But
he
lie.
did.
Bully's, his grasp of how much a player should cost is so warped because he only joined the sport when 100 million defensive mids are the norm, right?
Nah,
So
facts.
here's 35 mil for
That's
a
his
21-year-old winger.
That's his
He's like,
baseline level, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He was looking at the Champions League draw. He saw the young boys, the football club. He was like, "Yo, how much for the club too? I need that." You know what I'm saying? Like,
You see look at like you were saying, look at the squad list and try to pick out how you get to $1 billion off that squad list.
Yep.
I don't.
Absolutely.
It's like
I
you're
was
not
just-
even
bro,
Look at their
buying.
starting
Again,
lineup. I'm like
it's
seeing
tough.
5 defenders. I'm seeing
They're
Ben Chilwell on the left
overpaying
wing.
they're overpaying for potential. I would rather pay an extra 20 million for Camavinga or someone like that. And now you got me on him because I'm like, that'd be fucking sick if he was at
And it-
Chelsea. But it's just like, dude, I can't do it anymore.
It's not even just paying for potential. Like, again, you paying $1 billion potential, that's crazy. You might as well invest in Dogecoin or something like that, bro. You looking wild right now, top bonus.
You could have bought Thomas Partey for 70 mil, and you guys would have been fine.
But that's also the
Which
thing.
is crazy.
But that's also the thing. That still would have been stupid because you already have several DMs in that position. You're spending potential all in the disjointed matter. You bought 3 DMs, you know what I'm saying? You bought a bunch of like other players.
Look at the lineup and the way that they're playing. The whole system is disjointed. They don't even know what
exactly. It's
if you look at every lineup, like any team or any platform that posts a Chelsea lineup, nobody knows what formation they're even playing. It's
potential without a plan, and that's the thing that's getting y'all caught up every single time.
Throw shit against the wall and like maybe someone will end up being world class. And it's like, again, except for Enzo, up to this point, no one really seems like they fit the bill of anyone who will be at the club longer than 3 years, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, and that's another thing I like think about buying potential young, like these players at young ages. Is that what are the chances that these players are going to be at that club for 10 years? Like,
but even if
I can sit and tell you that Erling Haaland, like I don't think Haaland is going to be at Manchester City for 10 years. Like I don't think so. It's gonna.
But
at some
I mean,
point,
I think Adrian, I think in Chelsea's case, like they're willing to, like if the player doesn't end up at Chelsea, it's either because they failed, which is of course the risk they're taking with young players, or a team like Real Madrid wanted them. In that case, they can sell them for like
big money,
300 million, something crazy.
And that's why they
so, like I'm pretty sure that's the inspiration. Like that's what Bully has in mind.
They're an investment.
But if you invest in some of these. If you invest in some of these young players and they're brought into a system that has the Kovacic's of the world, the Mason Mounts, even like these established players, even if they fail, the whole system doesn't collapse. It's like you're bringing in guys based on potential and then saying, even Mudryk, I know we joke about it and it's like funny, but like that's a lot to ask him to come in and perform at a Salah level or a Saka level. Like you're paying that much and depending on him that much that if he doesn't give you that production, it's a failure. It's like that's not fair to him.
Chelsea is setting up these guys to fail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
immense pressure. There's
can
not
you even blame Mudryk at this point? Like imagine what's going on.
I mean, the only thing we can actually blame Mudryk for are like the fact that he's made himself a meme and his behavior on social media is hilarious.
Like that gym thing.
That guy.
Yeah,
everything.
The McDonald's post is crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand. I blame more Chelsea than anything on them. I feel bad.
I mean, Lavia may come in and be the next coming of Zidane, but that's pretty much the only thing we got left.
Bully is a joke, man.
Lukaku's off the books though for a year.
Adrian, how do you feel about your transfer?
Wait, what would Chase rate it out of 10?
3.
Wow.
Yeah, that's tough.
And how much money was spent?
500 mils.
200.
So they get about 175 million per one rating that I give them, or whatever it may be
per point.
Yeah, fuck.
It's rough.
Crazy.
Adrian,
I'll briefly talk about City. I don't want to go too much because, like, yeah, I mean it was a rebuild window. We're first. I think the structure of the club is still very much in place. I think Doku was a very surprising signing. I don't think a lot of people expected us to go to target that name. I thought we were gonna go for somebody a little bit bigger.
And starting off of it.
And somebody that would probably start, but I mean he's who we want. I mean I have no choice but to trust the judgment of the club because we've had so many successful signings over the past few years. So I'd probably give it a 7.5 considering that we lost Mahrez and Gundogan, and those were 2 very big losses. And
Mateus Nunes.
I don't think Mateus Nunes. I mean, I mean, I'm not sure if he has the numbers like pre-existing. Yeah, he has the history record. I like him as a player. I have no doubt that he's gonna fit in, and he's gonna fit into our play style. But we've lost a lot of G's and A's with those 2 players. So and I don't think we can even sit here and like expect Doku to replicate Mahrez's numbers.
No, for sure.
Or even Kovacic. Like I'd be surprised if Kovacic and Nunes like can duplicate Gundogan's numbers between the 2 of them.
Because he scored 1 goal last season.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, 1 goal. Yeah. I don't know how many. It's probably very low numbers.
Though,
Kovacic is not a GNA guy, so we're. I think like we're really we lost a lot of G's and A's, a lot of is going to be going on onto Alvarez for that, I think, especially with KDB out. And we still don't seem to trust Phil Foden enough to build a team around him, which I really have no
performance he had
for.
against Newcastle, and just
yeah, I don't know. I really don't have an explanation. I mean, Pep just has these weird little tendencies.
These fantasies, bro. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, it's weird. It's strange. I don't think a lot of people understand it, but I have no choice but to trust Pep. He wants us to trouble. So if he doesn't want to build a team around Foden, then, I mean, what can we say? You know,
he's just untouchable in terms of his decision making until proven otherwise. Like it seems like it doesn't make sense, but what can you really say?
Yeah, it's true.
Foden needs to be freed and given the reins, man. We should be all over that.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Phil Foden might leave City because, it's time now. It's time. Yeah.
Think about it. Chelsea
you guys
could
can't
have
even blame him. You guys can't.
Chelsea could have not bought Cole Palmer
him.
and Caicedo and probably bought Foden.
Right, like 120 million on Foden.
I bet you Chelsea could have bought Sancho for 60 million.
I don't want Sancho.
15. Okay, but I'd rather have Sancho.
The way he starts,
Sancho at 60 million is probably a better signing than Cole Palmer at 45. Because Sancho at least has Champions League experience, Premier League experience. You know,
he's got like similar age, dude. How old is Palmer? He's like 21.
21. Sancho's what? 23.
23.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Is Palmer the ugliest player in the Premier League?
That's crazy.
Oh.
Chill.
Yeah.
Wait, ready? I said, is Palmer the ugliest player in the Premier League?
I hope Cole Palmer doesn't see this.
Hey, I don't agree with that. That prompt, even though it wasn't really like a statement.
Oof. There's some players that are up there.
Right here.
He's doing it.
Well, I could say one person
crazy
that's the complete opposite of Palmer, man. SpongeBob, man, that guy is good looking. I'll give him. I'll give him
Soboslai is just the perfect. He's just perfection.
Yeah,
we can win.
What a guy.
Young Arnold. You could go trade.
I definitely want to talk about Soboslai later when we get into the Matchweek review. But before I get into Arsenal's window, I can speak on some other notable windows. As a neutral, I'll give Spurs a bit of credit though. They had a good window. I think Maddison was definitely a revelation signing for them. He's gonna cook regardless. Giving him the freedom like that, I think he's gonna do good. That's just a matter of course. I think at this point, after selling Harry Kane, like where do they pick up from here? I don't think it's gonna take a minute for them to figure things out and be somewhere in the range of decent quality to good or impactful teams in the league. But Destiny and Dogi.
I don't know about Brennan Johnson though.
Yeah,
I think they could have got a better right winger or whatever they want to do with him. I think they could have done better.
It depends on
premium.
Yeah, it depends on what they want to do with him. But I'm just like I don't know how exactly he fits into everything at Spurs. I could be just blind to the fact. I don't know. I like Brennan Johnson. I think he's a really good player. Again, from last season I was singing his praises, but I just don't know where he fits into this.
He's good. I don't know if I think he's there yet. I assume he's competition for Kulusevski, right? On the right-hand side, because I don't think they have anyone else.
I think they just needed depth. That's it. They got him, and they needed a young guy, show some promise.
Yeah. So
I think they're missing a bit of something in the attack, but it helps that they're not in European football. They only have one game a week.
I think they took a big risk.
Coming from a 5,
signing a number 9.
No. I mean, like in depth,
is a
like
big
playing with Solomon on the left, Son up top, and Kulusevski on the right is it's good, and Maddison behind them. Behind that, it's a bit, the depth isn't really there.
I feel like they could
but they're not in Europe, and they just got knocked out of the League Cup, so like they have almost no fixtures. So they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll definitely do something. Again, Pat Matassar.
What about Forest, bro? Forest.
I was gonna say them next.
They're the broke men Chelsea, bro. They're the broke men Chelsea.
I was gonna say them next. They're buying everybody under
20
the sun.
people every.
Bro, they I thought did the deal go through where they plucked Sangare from PSV?
Sangare,
Damn.
Divock Origi.
Good lord.
And they signed Montiel a few days before that.
Really?
Tavares.
Crazy club.
I know. If you want to know why Montiel,
they got Montiel.
You want to know why he left Sevilla? Then search it on Google.
Oh.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. But
He works Montiel and police.
Dang, hey, listen, that's one of them. That's one of the bad searches. I don't know if my history needs that. I don't know.
I don't. Tell us about it off camera.
But again, Forest had a huge window. Yeah, it was Montiel. Thanks for the money for Nuno Tavares. What's it called?
Oh yeah, I forgot they got Nuno too.
Yeah, the dude from Norwich, the Irish center back. I don't even want to say his name. Yeah, Obama Deli. I don't know, whatever. He's Irish dude, but yeah, they got him. They got a good bit of players, bro. And from the summer window, Danilo from Palmeiras, like there's a good amount of players that they got. Will they mesh? I don't know. Will they mesh? I have no idea.
Matt Turner.
Yeah, Matt Turner. Yeah, Matt Turner as well. I think that's a really good solid signing again. Like they got some. Hey man, come on, you gotta have some flair on it. Don't worry about that. No mention. But no.
You said what was it? Zanolio last week.
Zanolio was crazy.
I completely messed that up.
Zanolo.
But that's how I first saw his name, so it just stuck with me. I ain't gonna lie. And then I heard the commentator say it. I was like, oh shit. All right, bet that's my fault. I fucked up. But I think
I don't care.
What's it called? Forrest had a good window as well. Again, if they can mesh and when he stays fit, you know what I'm saying? Alanga cooking as well.
If he doesn't stay fit, they got Lord Divock.
Yeah, facts. They got some options. I think they could do a little bit of damage. They could do a little bit of damage.
I mean, they've already started the season so well. Like,
facts.
We've seen the damage they could do.
Yeah, no, and we'll talk. And we can talk about it as well. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. And I will also be fair and concede. The fair exchange, and they've had a good window as well. West Ham had a good window. They've completely improved their team. Off of the Declan Rice signing. Their overall play is better because they don't have to rely on Declan Rice as much, and they use that money very effectively. Edson Alvarez, good signing.
They might have the best window of the.
Yeah, it takes a big man to say that, Trey.
Nah, that's real shit. I'll be real.
You just have to add the little note at the end. But I still hate them. And that's it.
No, I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I want them to get relegated.
But
of course.
I still predicted them getting relegated.
Yeah, this is a bet thing.
Why else would you want them to get relegated? It means you hate them.
Nah, I put my name on that. I just want to get relegated for my name's sake. That's all. But I will say again. What do you mean? Nah. I only have flack with them because of the Rice transfer to some of their fans, but that was literally it. That was only it. But I don't got crazy beef with them. Okay. That's crazy.
So my conspiracy theory of you getting mugged by some Hammer Ultras in London has some merit to it.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. I'm not getting mugged. I'm not wearing my colors out there like that. That's crazy. Only on game days. I'm about to say. But I will say this. West Ham definitely did have a fantastic window, and yeah, I think they probably had the best. They've had the best jump in overall play from their new additions coming into the fold, 100%.
I'd put us up there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all as well. Yeah. I would agree. And us. I will say Arsenal had. I'm going to say 7.5 as well. It would have been up there had it not been for Timber's unfortunate injury in the first game of the season. He was looking fantastic. I think he was a very, very much needed breath of fresh air for our defensive line and what he was going to bring to change dynamics. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but Declan Rice, we can get into him and his performances and stuff like that later on, but he's one of them ones where he's going to be worth his weight in gold, and he's been proving it from day one. He's meshed in so effortlely.
That's where you see the money spent. Yeah, unlike Chelsea, you see
that's value. That's value realized almost instantaneously.
How many points did Havertz take off the 7.5?
Oh yeah,
that man.
Oh, we have to.
Let me talk. Yeah, I'll say it. Now listen, I was not thrilled when he came in. I'll be real. Yeah, I'll be very honest. A lot of people were not thrilled when he came in, and neither was I. But he's wearing a shirt. We got to back up. We got to put the stocks in him and say less. You know what I'm saying? But from this point in the season so far, he hasn't lived up to any expectations that I've set so far to at least be productive in certain ways. I will say this, he has surprised me. I thought he would be very, very out of sorts defensively, and he wasn't. The problem is very much offensively and just making things happen and going forward and just believing in himself. And it's going to take time for him to unlearn what he's, just been set in him as of the past 6 months or whatever in his other position. He has to learn where he's going and what Arteta's trying to instill and just be more confident. We'll get into it later, but there was a couple instances where, actually only one main instance in the game against United where he had some pride, you know what I'm saying? He got brave and something happened. So he's going to be a signing, I think, somewhere in the range of Fabio Vieira last season, where it's like we're not going to see his full benefits till later. I hope it's not a season later, but I think he'll come good, but it's going to be much further in time because he's going to be much more of a mental block to break. That's all I got to say. But 7.5.
Can we address the elephant in the room, that chance that he missed?
Oh, terrible. But we're going to get to the match.
We'll get into that. We'll go to the match. Talking about the fixtures yet.
Yeah,
I know. I just wanted to say it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I just want to. We gotta get rolling on this because we've been talking a lot of time.
So while we're on the transfer, before we move on, there's still a few days left in the Saudi transfer window, and there's still that annoying anxiety I have in the back of my head that FSG might
No, there's no
succumb to
way,
the Saudi
They
temptation
can't.
if they throw in a
way.
200 million bid for.
If they didn't
Salah.
accept the
Bro, I'm
100
seeing
million.
Liverpool fans online saying we should, if they offer 200 million, we should take it. I'm like
Listen,
I
nah.
never would have
I
imagined
never already,
that
I never already
Liverpool
told you
fans on
why.
Twitter.
No, I've
What's
already
up?
told you why. Because of the money that you guys will getting into the Champions League and getting in the top 4 and all that stuff with Salah, it's gonna even out that 100 million that they didn't offer in the first place.
Oh, of course.
And you
Yeah,
still
I'm
have,
just-
you know what I'm saying?
If you're
It doesn't
asking
make
me, I
sense.
mean, there's no question Salah should stay, but I
But
don't
even if
trust.
people are
I don't
thinking
trust
financially,
FSG, bro. FSG own Liverpool to make money. Like that's all. Everything revolves
The-
around profit. And if they're like,
the
man, on
only
a
way I can
31-year-old
say-
asset, we're getting a 200 million pound offer.
Mm.
You know,
but
they
if
might
they're,
be willing
they're
to
getting
take.
100, if they're
They might
getting
be willing
100
to
million
take
and
the
they can
risk
replace
to
it,
make Champions League without Salah, which Liverpool still might be able to do, but like that would be it. Like we'd be scraping top 4. Actually, it might be top 5 to get Champions League this season because of the new format. But
yeah, it'll be tough though without that guy.
it'll be tough. Like if you're asking me, of course I want to keep him, but I just don't trust FSG that they wouldn't be thinking the latter, the latter rationale. So while these couple days are,
Are you looking
it's
to
still
make
annoying.
a?
It's still there.
Are you
I just
looking
need
to
that window
make a
close.
trade? Are you looking to make a trade on fantasy?
No,
Mm.
no.
I would say if you could take that 200 million though, and I know that he's a shady character, but if you could get Mbappe's signature, I wouldn't be saying no to that.
Are you
He's
kidding?
going to
Of
Madrid.
course.
He's going to
Of course, I'll
Madrid.
take him. Yeah, without a doubt. But he's never like, nah, that's not happening.
it's not
Paying his
happening.
wages. I don't
For
think.
some
Klopp
reason,
and
I
his
can't get over
personality-
the
That's
image
$1
of him in a
billion.
Liverpool kit. I could definitely see it happening.
Nah, that's $1 billion.
There were huge Mbappe like 2020 rumors back when we were winning the league. Because like he kept in interviews talking about Liverpool. Like he's saying, oh, they won the Champions League, and he was admiring how we kept winning games, and we just got a Nike deal. Like if there was ever a time to sign Mbappe, it was right then. But yeah, that window's gone. It's never happening.
Yeah, again, you gonna have to name a standout to him and shit like that. It's gonna be some real extenuating circumstances to get him in, bro. It's gonna be some real tough stuff. But yeah, that is what it is. But we can call a wrap on that deadline day summer transfer stuff. And let's get into the match weeks and all the recap on the footy. Real quick, let's get into predictions.
Do you want to talk about Sancho?
Oh, yeah, we'll bake that in. We'll bake that in after United stuff. But let's talk about predictions real quick, bro. What do we have, man? Gene, talk to us. What we have for predictions this week?
Let's go for the best one of the week. Trey, good job. Congratulations. Nah. He called the CDF to score and to win with 2 goals, and he predicted on the dot. Like he took the aim and hit the bullseye.
Not only
we won't get into how that happened, all the luck that went into it. It makes it more impressive that he called it. That all that and he got into it, but he got it. He got the number 1.
Not only did I get probably the most immaculate prediction so far in this podcast history, but
history is number 1 for sure.
I have dodged the suit temptation, the suit allegations, bro.
Yep,
I was on the borderline, baby, but out the brink, out of the trenches. I've been saved. I've been pulled, man. I've been redeemed. I love it. That's all I have to say. Man.
Yep. Somebody else is gonna suit up.
Yeah. Well, no, all right.
No
So
chance.
after that prediction, who's the other predictions?
Let's go to a stinky one, man. Someone said that there's a left-footed player that was going to score in that game. Do you want to raise your hand? Who said that?
Horror.
Man.
You thought he was just going to replicate what he did last year? Like,
no, I just wanted him to
and that
score
was that-
because of my
that was that-
fantasy Premier League. That's just why else would I
Wait,
want him to score?
that now it makes sense, right?
and he got rid
Now
of
it
him.
makes sense. I was like, what was even the rationale? Because
He had too much stakes on
if
it.
United was going to score a counterattack goal, it was going to be
It was
rational.
only one person.
No, that performance made me so ashamed to own Anthony on fantasy Premier League. Like I was ashamed watching that.
Listen, okay.
0
listen.
XG, 0 expected.
He wasn't the worst player on
No,
the pitch,
no.
though. Euro.
He was playing
just
right wing back,
100%.
He was not
fidget
playing.
spinner
He was not
vibes.
playing. He was not playing right wing, bro. He was not being serious up front. He was literally all he was doing was helping.
I was ashamed, man. I was like, I put my head down watching that. I was like, man, no XG, no expected assists, nothing, no key passes, no passing percentage,
not,
accuracy,
nothing, bro.
just 100 fidget spinner percentage vibes. That's it. It was sad.
He's so
Shame.
He let me down, man. And
The way he
might
just doesn't beat his
be
man.
letting
It's
a lot
just,
of people down too because of his other actions. That
oh, that's alleged. Yeah,
alleged.
but he,
Alleged.
the way Anthony reminds me so much of Nicolas Pepe, and that he's just allergic to beating his defender.
And this is the thing that pissed me off though. Nicolas Pepe could though. He actually could if he wanted to, but this man he's just a pure he's a pure AFCON baller, bro. He just don't want to do it for the vibe. He will touch grass and do a whole roulette before he ever tries to beat his man. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother thing.
Pure
Anthony has the same
prediction.
AFCON vibes as Pepe.
Nah, that's facts though.
Like
does.
the way they're like, they just want to be the JJ Okocha of the, you know, like actually being effective with your flamboyance. Like they read the wrong thing.
I did say.
They didn't read the final
Arsenal
chapter
were
of how to
gonna
actually
win.
beat.
I did say
your man.
Arsenal were gonna win. I know I wasn't gonna take credit for it.
I'm sure
but
the
I
only
am.
reason is what he plays right now is because of stamina and helping on defense. Because that's the only. There's no other reason. And there's that central beef, so I don't know.
Right. Also, there's like no options. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough. We need Palestri. But we want to give like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old to start. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know.
That's crazy.
Go to the next stinky prediction. Chase, you want to go ahead and state what you predicted?
I said, I mean, just to cap off a horrendous weekend, I said Brighton, Newcastle, 1 goal maximum between the two. Obviously, it ended with 4 goals. I was just under the hat trick by Evan Ferguson. I was just under the idea that all these games that Newcastle have played up to this point that we've expected, like fireworks. I guess Liverpool was fireworks in a different way. More talking about the Man City game. It's let us down. And yeah, that didn't happen. Brighton's electric. Newcastle, are we ready to say disappointing? I know that they've had a very
tough fixture.
Yeah, it's tough
But they
fixture.
have had a disappointing start to the season.
But against Liverpool, right there, that was disappointing.
Like, that was they bottom.
That was lowest of the lows. That's lowest of lows. If they do something
that was
like
a bottle
if they
job.
continue, if they continue doing that, then we'll see. But I'm
But
not ready to
also,
call them out.
Also,
yet.
they got touched by Brighton.
Yeah,
It
way
wasn't
at
even
Brighton.
like-
Oh yeah,
Brighton.
Brighton.
they
Brighton.
got touched
they were-
up. Like, yeah, it was.
They
sad.
played Brighton after Brighton lost at home, and they played at home again back to back like that. It's tough. I don't know how many. It was definitely not an easy.
A
match
tough
to go
swing.
into.
A tough opening swing.
Yeah.
But before we talk more,
I'm
about
not ready.
it,
I'm not ready to call them a disappointment.
Next prediction. What was that next prediction?
Ooh,
Oh.
there's this guy
Mine.
that said, no, I'll go with another stinky one, man. This guy said that, like, again, in an alternate reality that VAR doesn't exist and stuff like that, I said that United would be, Arsenal by 2 goals. Didn't end up happening, It was a bold prediction for a reason. I'll take the L, but I'll take it. I'll take that. And then we could just go right into the next one, man. A brace by Darwin Núñez, called by our man himself, the ball knowledge.
It was close, bro. He hit the bar, he hit the woodwork twice, and then he also kind of missed an open goal. I mean,
Did he do? Is there a more Darwin Núñez game than that right there?
There probably wasn't.
Yeah, there was. That was the most like encapsulating Núñez performance. But like he still was great.
No, he
I thought
was
he had
good.
an excellent game.
No,
Excellent
he
match.
wasn't.
And that's what he
He
usually
wasn't-
does. He's electric, but then
Assisted Salah's goal. His shot hitting the post led to the own goal. He just
And
a
then hitting the
nuisance.
post again.
Yeah, a nuisance
Right
all day long. Like the Villa defense, I know they were sick of the sight of him. I mean, that's what we want from him. If he had scored even one of those chances, then like perfect number 9 performance.
No,
So yeah, my prediction was bad, but it was very close to being incredible.
I want to talk about what the commentators were saying, bro. They were clowning him.
Who was
What
that?
do you feel as a Liverpool fan?
And,
Like,
was it Jim Proudfoot? Yeah, Jim
These guys,
Begley
man.
especially, and just taking the piss. And Jim Begley was a Liverpool player too.
I don't understand. I think these commentators, these like social media like pages, they're getting like they're clowning United for losing like pictures of like Arteta and like Garnacho, like these guys got to stick to the news, bro. Like what?
Yeah, they were
happened?
doing too much for the
Listen,
Nunes. Like,
yeah,
is he back to his
answer.
old self? Oh, this is an old.
I can keep it a beam. I can keep it a beam. Most of these pundits and commentators have realized they cannot be Peter Drury, so they just have to set up for other tactics to get the name out there. Right? This is it. They know they can't reach that level.
Darwin Núñez hit the post again. They're like, I guess the old Núñez
Right.
from Newcastle is gone, and he's back to his regular self. This is what and they
Yeah,
said
it was
that multiple
embarrassing.
times.
It was
Yeah.
embarrassing
No.
commentary.
They run with narratives like crazy, bro. I'm just like, come on, y'all. Let's
That's what I'm saying. It's
be
not
real.
even like a bias thing because they do it to every team, but
Yeah.
they gotta chill with
It's
that.
just
bro.
it's just for the clicks, bro.
Then they get disrespectful on the internet and start talking about their bald head and whatever, like stuff like that. Then they get all mad, bro. But they gotta chill. They gotta chill. Show some
Wait,
respect.
is there a story there? That sounds like.
I'm just saying, like, if it was me, if I was a Liverpool fan, this guy talking about, I would go find clips of that guy, bro, playing football or anything. Like, it's what's gonna happen eventually.
Oh yeah, no.
They gotta chill. They
Yeah,
gotta chill.
without doubt. But yeah, those are our predictions as of this last game week. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into some of the marquee matchups. Man, we can start a lot of
We have
different
to start at
places.
the Emirates. We have to start at the
we
Emirates.
might as well, man. We can
The
start.
biggest one?
It can start at the Emirates, probably the game of the weekend, the biggest game saved for last. It was Arsenal 3, Man United 1 at Emirates Stadium. A very, very entertaining game for the neutral. I'll say that. Entertaining game for the neutral. I was scared out of my damn mind just because I know how these games usually go. There's some hoodoo, there's some voodoo, there's some magic, you know what I'm saying, black magic or whatever going through it. A lot of emotions into it. I was very into this game as I usually am. But I mean, let's talk to everybody else first. What did y'all make of it? What did y'all make of the game?
Bro, I thought that match had probably 10 incredible minutes. So it was the 2 minutes when Rashford and Odegaard scored, when I was like, oh man, we're getting set up for a classic. And then we had 60, 70 minutes of just Arsenal really breaking down United, like no creativity, no ingenuity, nothing really happening. And then boom, 5 minutes of, again, just box office with the Garnacho offside and then the 2 goals, which was more like, which made it worth it. That drama at the end in a London derby, man, that's that's all you can ask for. It was a good match. I mean, Arsenal United is always entertaining just because of, I don't even know what it is about. I don't know if it's because of the generation we grew up in that like those were always,
it is those,
you know, like the two biggest clubs, or if it's just that the social media presence of Arsenal and United.
It's definitely both.
It's just so insane that it's just so entertaining.
The carryover's insane from both of them. They both feed into each other like crazy.
It goes hand in hand that everyone who kind of grew up in our generation, they're fans of these two teams, and then they get the Twitter fingers and start going at it. But
God damn, man.
The hatred the fan bases share for each other.
I'm not even gonna comment on it.
I'm gonna be honest. I got sick. Actually, it was Gene. You're lucky that you found a way to unsend that voice memo that you sent because I tried to save it. I didn't watch the end of the game. I was out walking around Chicago, but I got the notification of a Garnacho goal. I got a voice memo from Gene. Fuck you, motherfucker. Garnacho Chase. Where you at, Chase?
No proof.
And then I got another notification. No goal. So then I start texting back. Then I get a notification, Rice goal, and I was like, "This is a glorious day." It made me feel better.
That's a direct Chelsea competitor, by the way. Same city. This guy's happy that a London team beat a team that has nothing to do.
But they're not a direct competitor. They're a big club, and we're trailer
in London.
parks
In
right
London.
now.
He said it.
In London.
He said it on me.
In London.
He said it on me.
Which club do you hate more?
Regret those words. You're gonna regret calling Arsenal.
Do you hate
the club
Arsenal or
Chelsea.
Man United more?
Flip it.
Man United.
Crazy.
Chelsea doesn't have a direct rival. Like every other team has another rival. So like Chelsea kind of
But you're in London. You should hate the London teams a little bit more than the rest.
United every day. No,
Is it because of the Terry penalty, the slip?
that doesn't help. And it's maybe the fact that I'm wearing a United jersey right now. Arsenal doesn't really. I mean, I remember
No,
more
fair.
of United being good than Arsenal. Arsenal being like the Invincibles and all that was a little bit before my time. So I remember the United days better. So,
That's fair.
but no, it
That's
was
fair.
glorious. I love to see it. Declan Rice definitely made that 100 million worth it maybe already. Again, besides Havertz, I mean, again, this is one of those things that we kind of clown the Fulham game as a game that they weren't able to get over the edge and kind of show why they're actual contenders. And they kind of backed it up this go around with a performance that ultimately, you need to have to contend. So I know Trey would agree with that.
I mean, we were about to slander Arsenal. Yeah, that Garnacho.
I guess
when
I
that
can.
ball rolled in the back
I
of
think
the
you
net.
have to. I think you have to wait for that. Nah, let Adrian
go.
go.
Yeah,
Adrian,
yeah.
I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah, Adrian,
just
go ahead.
as much as Chase.
I'll get back to Chase's point, but go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah,
And go ahead, Janko.
What, that I love the result?
Yeah. The way that it ended,
I
you said
wouldn't-
you're a Manchester United hater. So
I am.
as a
Title
hater, was there a better way to end that game as a hater, like of
Okay,
Manchester United?
like if
There's no way.
if you
Oh, yeah,
like,
no way, yeah.
no, I would say yes. Like if you had told me that Arsenal were going to win this game, then yes, I would say like there's no better way for them
Well,
to
yeah.
lose.
Did-
Yeah, well, for Arsenal to win and for United to lose. So like, I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm not gonna act like I'm an Arsenal fan and I loved it or whatever. But did I laugh? Yeah, of course I laughed. You know, that was just that's where the entertainment, you know, came from.
Yeah,
It was always gonna come
No,
from
for
like
sure.
the drama that happened at the end of the game. Now, like, I had Arsenal second in my table, so like I still see them as the biggest threat to City. Well, at least I saw them at the beginning of the season. I saw them as the biggest threat to City. Sorry, and I don't know if that's because Liverpool are playing really well and they haven't lost a game. They've only dropped points against Chelsea. So now I'm like thinking right after the game, who is the bigger threat to us? Is it Arsenal or Liverpool at the moment?
Spurs are higher in the table. West Ham are higher in the table than.
I don't take Spurs seriously, bro. I don't think anyone does. I took them seriously when they had that run under Mourinho a few years ago.
Oh, I
And I
remember
was
that.
like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I remember that. I had that podcast with the City College guys. I remember I used to do that, and I remember I was talking about Spurs on that podcast. That was that same year, and I was like, you know what? I think Spurs might be different this year. I think they might make
Right,
a
it was
title
the whole
challenge.
Mourinho second
Yeah, the
season,
Mourinho
right?
thing,
He
the
wins
Son
the
and
league,
Kane.
the second season.
Trophy
Son and Kane were balling,
Mourinho.
goals and
Aw.
assists every game from them, and then they absolutely collapsed like they always do. They're just the Spurs, you know. It's the history of the Tottenham, you know. So I don't take them seriously. I'm sorry, no, I'll
Nah.
disrespect.
Different now,
Disrespect.
bro. It's the end revolution.
But that's
Nah,
just
I'm
the
not gonna
history of the
disrespect them
Tottenham.
like that. No. If you're talking about history of that, what do you think Arsenal's gonna do any different? If we're talking about history,
Don't
of
worry
them
about
competing
I would
one
say
and
it's
two.
Don't worry about that,
history.
brother. Don't worry about that, brother.
I'm not making
Yeah,
my
no,
Because
no, no,
Arsenal
no.
banter era
If
lasted
he's
15
using-
years, you know.
If he's using
But-
them, you know. But continue. You wanted to get to what Chase said, Trey?
Oh, but I say, Shaker, you had a thought before I go in?
Oh, I was gonna say onto the performance. I didn't think Arsenal performed that well. Like we were
That's what I
ready
was
to
gonna.
slander. Yeah, we were ready to slander them when that Garnacho ball rolled in the net.
Absolutely,
like the group
yeah.
chat was already going crazy. Me and
Yeah.
Trey were out here calling Arsenal a not serious club.
Yep.
And then
Even I was
yeah,
gonna say
I
something
mean,
too, you know.
so this is like the second match now already this season where amazing results for Arsenal, but the performance, or maybe even the third match, but the performance not quite there. So like it's Trey, you can elaborate more on how that makes you feel. I think there's still some like clicking into gear that needs to be figured out, specifically in that left center mid role. Yeah, you can go from there. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and again, to Chase's point, I have to firmly disagree. I think our performance today, our performance on the day was not good. I was pissed off for 85 minutes. I can get to the goodness of the result later, but to speak on the performance, again, we're in this position where we know how Man United play. Man United are always the antithesis of us. They play counterattacking football. They'll sit in, and when the time is right, bang, they'll hit us. You know, and we fall into this trap almost every time. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, for the anime watchers out there,
Deja vu.
Deja vu. I got hit with a genjutsu. Itachi had my ass in a, you know what I'm saying, a little thing, and I was seeing things over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I was there, and I'm like, it was just the same thing from January. Just again, we make a mistake that's self-inflicted. Somebody makes a bad pass, somebody does something stupid. We can't have enough time to recover. Even when people get there, we don't step tight enough to Rashford. He gets on his right foot, scores. And it happens over and over again. I'm like, it goes such against the run of play when we have control. We have chances that we miss. We have sitters that we miss, and we can't bury them. The inability to see these games through and put people to the sword earlier is a concern. I'm not saying it's a problem yet. It's still very early in the season, but the way we've come out of these 4 games so far, we could have put all of these teams away with 3 or 4 goals probably at least. But the fact that we didn't is showing we have to get out of that third gear. We have to get out of third gear. We're still in third gear. We're still figuring things out, of course, but there are chances that we could have buried, whether we were in a good moment
Saka.
or whether we were not.
Oh, yeah,
Again,
that Saka chance.
that Saka chance, that was bad. He hasn't had a good 4 games so far this season. He has not had a good season so far. I can be the first to admit it. I'll put my hand up. He's had a disappointing start to life right now this season. I'll be real. He still has some GA, you know what I'm saying? He still has some contributions, but overall his play, it feels subdued. It feels like he's not used to things. And again, maybe it was probably the system change in the first few games with Partey right back inverting. But this game he came back and it just wasn't on. But it is what it is. I can say that, you know what I'm saying? I can put that there. Again, Havertz hasn't had a good start to life. Defensively, again, was a surprise that he actually fit in fairly well. Again, in rest defense, helping ball recovery, aerial duels, all that stuff, cool. But going forward, when you need to be an attacking, you need to be a very, very aggressive midfielder. When you have channels to run into, he's not doing that. And that's the part where I'm like, yo, you gotta put up the tempo, man. Again, prime example, Shenko can attest to this as well. When Fabio Vieira came on the past 2 games, look what he did. Instantly ran into space, effective final third demon. He just makes things happen. He makes things tick. The connection on the left-hand side with him was much better. Again, Zinchenko helps Havertz anyways, but even with Vieira in there, it was much better. So we're still figuring things out, which is, it's cool. But at some point, we got to make it click before it costs us like dearly.
I mean,
you know what I'm
Vieira
saying?
needs to start now, right? Or regardless, Havertz needs to be dropped. Even just like for his mental health at this point.
Yeah.
You can like that shot that he whiffs in the
it was
first
bad,
half,
bro.
His
it was
head
bad.
is just
and it's
somewhere
like,
else. You can see his confidence is rock bottom.
And he's definitely a confidence player, and it's hard because I think I said this before and I'll say it again. I think in time he will come good, but it's just not happening right now. But pause. Yeah, definitely pause on that. But he will end up being good for Arsenal. He will end up being good for Arsenal down the line. I believe this, but it's just a learning curve right now. Might be too steep for him trying to relearn the 8 and do this. Maybe in patches. Maybe in a little bit more start stop type of manner. He'll get some minutes. You know what I'm saying? Less than. Maybe in certain situations he'll be good to start, like maybe like again where his aerial presence is needed. But Fabio Vieira's done everything he can to start the next game versus Everton. He's done everything he can. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I will say this, and to kind of bring it back before I hand it off to Gene, this game was one where we should have won, I think, comfortably by a few goals. But again, the way United played, which I think was better than how I think slightly better than how they played in January, but they had more of the ball. They were able to like help in certain situations. But from an attacking standpoint, the only thing they had was that one counter attack. There wasn't really much else, and then the disallowed goal, of course. But I think. Holland, whatever. I'll say Holland because I don't even know how to pronounce this shit.
Hoyland?
But Hoyland. I said this before. I said this to Gene after. I was like, I like how he plays. He plays very, 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 very much without fear, very, very aggressively. He gave Gabriel a little bit of trouble first before. Gabriel had to get used to him for a second. You know what I'm saying? He had to get used to how he was playing, how aggressive he was going to go at him before he calmed things down. But I like the look of him. But I will say that was a performance, 85 to 87 minutes. It was not good. It needed to step up. We needed to be more ruthless. We needed to be more clinical, controlling. However, 2 goals against United in Fergie time is always sweet, baby. I'm gonna always inject that, baby. Disallowed goal and all that, man. Gabriel hit the whole Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? You rock my world type move. Are you serious? I didn't even know what he did. I saw a disallowed goal. I just thought it was luck. But then after I saw Gabriel move, this man proved why he's undroppable, bro. He's proven why he needs that start. He's intelligent. Listen, man. He can have moments from time to time. I get it. But he's an intelligent defender. Oh my! Like I have no words. Superlatives, man. Fantastic.
Okay, but if he cost that onside goal, everyone would be like, "I can't believe he didn't just make it right to get it."
That's damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing. But again,
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I was like, damn, like. You can't praise him for being the best center back in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like that's a risk.
No. I'm not saying best center back in the world, but I'm saying
I know. But the way that people are going,
but
if that didn't go through, like you guys would.
But again,
it would be a whole different. It would be a 180 on the.
Absolutely. But again, in a game like this, where most of our system is based on risk, anyways, because we're playing such a high line and stuff like that,
which it shouldn't be.
You got it.
Like, I was gonna go off what you were saying about how this is a concern and not a problem yet, but unfortunately, you have to compete with Manchester City.
Agree.
So
that's fair.
It's unfortunately not a concern. It's a big problem right now as competing with Manchester City. Because these guys are not fucking around. Like they've had some iffy starts to the season, and that's not how they're starting this season. Like Kyle Walker, apparently, I saw something that was leaked that he came to the players and he says, "Hey, let's do this like we did in 16-17. Let's run off with the title. No competition, no nothing. We're not playing around." And when you're going against a team like that, bro, everything, any
Yeah.
minor thing that
The learning curve
that
is
looks
tough,
rough.
man. I agree.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That's what's tough. If it was any other thing, if it was any other year, if it was 10 years ago or something, then whatever, you know.
Yeah,
But
but
unfortunately, we gotta
them.
compete with those fuckers.
It's them.
You know?
I told you guys on an earlier ep. Whoever finishes second this season is the real Premier League champion in my mind.
I'm not, and I understand.
That's
that.
what I wanted
understand
to
that.
add as it.
Yeah.
Any other thing, it would just be a concern, not a problem.
Yeah,
But when
I hear it.
your direct competition is Manchester City, it's a problem that you guys have to face ASAP.
Yeah.
You cannot wait another game week and do performances like that where
It's Pep
you either get
Guardiola,
lucky or don't, or you
I
get
agree.
a 2-2 at home against Fulham. You know,
Yeah.
and you drop.
No,
points.
I hear.
Like,
The margins are fine, bro. The margins are fine. But if it clicks, and again, if it don't, we drop points. It's a tightrope. It's a fucking tightrope. But I will say this before
again-
I can hand it off to you. I will say this from us playing standpoint. We didn't have a good performance, but I think the game plan, if we can do that, I consider Man United a litmus test for how we can do in a season. If we can perform well against y'all, if we can beat y'all soundly, or at least get through a good, execute our plan well, I think there's a good chance we can do great things in the season.
Did we expect something different from them? Like from the game that we've saw, did we expect them? Like I thought that's exactly how the game was gonna go. I thought the way that the game went, I expected exactly us just to play around and make you guys press and try to do something. Especially the first half.
Yeah, and I think the counterattack goal was off a mistake, but not necessarily our system. The fact that that Arteta wasn't like
I don't blame the system.
But the fact that I'm like, okay, we're learning. Now it's just down to us not making mistakes, and that's the last bit of this. That's the last bit of it. Because I'm like, in the game, we let y'all have the ball at least in your third. We didn't press up too high. The press wasn't even crazy. I wanted the press to be on. I wanted to press y'all crazy, but it didn't happen. And I feel like that helped us out way more because y'all were holding the ball. You just kicked it long, and then we just shored things up and kept it pushing. If Arteta's employing this system to at least, you know what I'm saying, make these changes. Because last season, we would have just tried and press at y'all. We probably would have got counted way more. So if he's
last season, De Gea was there too.
Yeah.
Also
was De Gea. Yeah,
but we had the first. If we're going off just the first half, like if we could break down the first and second half, they're two completely different. One because of the sub and whatever happened and stuff. But the first half, you guys had the most chances or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we still had like 55% possession.
Yeah, more the ball
in our half. Like so, even you guys were pressing. Like we're just
Well,
it was like someone that could pass. You know what I'm saying? Like we sometimes we ended up kicking the ball. Sometimes you guys ended up kicking the ball. It was a boring half, even though there was those two goals, but. At the end of the day, it's like we still kept the ball more than you guys. What changed was that second half. You know what happened is that's the biggest change. The first half that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. You guys were gonna try to press, we were gonna try to pass around, do something, and we're just gonna play off of error, and that's how the only chance that we got basically the whole first half.
But I'm saying,
But I didn't expect. I don't know if anyone else expected a different game. That's exactly what I expected. At the end of the day, football is of chances, luck, whatever, and that's what it came down to at the end. You know, we thought we had
the
it.
Margins are so small, like
especially that's what I'm saying. And I can't even like I know Twitter is fun and stuff like to make fun of United, but I'm happy with how they performed. I can't say I'm pissed off at a certain player or the system that Ten Hag or anything like that. I'm more pissed that we have to sub on fucking Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans as our backups. You know what I'm saying? I'm more pissed at that, but overall I'm not mad at how we played, and the creativity was off, of course, but I think we could find something in the future to click a little bit more.
Yeah, I think when Højlund gets more game time, you're gonna be way better because he's a good outlet. He's gonna help Rashford so much and just let him do what he does in certain situations. So I think y'all will be fine on that front. But I will say before we move on to the next shit, hey man, I told motherfuckers Declan Rice, man. I told some of these motherfuckers saying he's overrated as shit, man.
That was never me.
Not y'all. I'm talking about the Twitter timeline. I just want to address the Twitter timeline, man. Because some people saying he's overrated, all that stuff, blah blah blah. Caicedo better, you know what I'm saying? Not worth triple digits, all that bullshit, man. What's happening now?
In alternate reality, you guys signed Caicedo in January, and Declan Rice went to Chelsea.
Bro, that would have been a crazy time.
I do want to add, since I wanted to when we had our chances, we were killers in front. Like Garnacho and Rashford. Like Rashford had another chance where he fucked up, but that chance that he had, he took on Ben White and your Rolls Royce and Saliba, they didn't. And that
I know
first
you're
goal,
talking about,
like you know what I'm saying. I think Saliba should have done something better there. To
honestly, I
like,
wanted
I
both
feel
of
like
them.
they didn't.
Both of them.
The angles that they made, I didn't understand. Like,
I
if
think-
it's a lack of communication.
Yeah,
What about
part of it-
Ramsdale? You think you could have saved that? He got a hand to it.
That's
The
the
thing
thing.
is,
That's
this-
too.
I was thinking exactly.
Nah, I
that.
wouldn't-
I
I
wouldn't-
was like,
I don't think that was too crazy on Ramsdale's part. I think the
Nah,
problem
I
was the first problem was Ben White wasn't
That
too
was a
tight
bit
to
sus.
him.
I agree
Ben
with
White
that.
needs to.
And then
Ben White
Saliba
needs to be
went
touch
to the-
tight. Yeah, Saliba went behind. I feel like Saliba was trying to stop maybe
I
a
didn't
pass that was coming in or something like that, or maybe try to block a lane. But
Rashford go
I
to
think
his left,
in any case, if he gets in that position, stick on this motherfucker, bro. Stick on him right there, and don't let him get that shot off. Don't let him get to
But you
his
see,
right. or
this
his
is the
reps.
difference that I talked to in the beginning of the season of us, like when we sub people on. Like Garnacho gets subs on, he gets one chance and he puts it in against that defense.
Mhm.
Chelsea,
How
man.
can you
Who
say
do
he
you guys
put it
have
in
as
when
someone that?
he cheated to get the chance, so it didn't count. So
Okay. But this is what I'm saying. Are we gonna be serious or are we gonna be
Yeah.
we're
if
talking
being
about
serious,
goals that
that guy
didn't
had-
count as like you're like saying, oh, he did a good job finishing, but
Okay,
he
we
was
could
offside.
start. We could start talking about goals that did count. We could go directly into Forest and Chelsea. Let's
No,
talk
you
about
guys
goals
are
that did
talking.
count.
I'm just saying
Let's talk
that
about goals that did
I was like,
count.
Garnacho's finish
1-0
was cold,
Forest.
though. Was a
That's
cold
what I'm
finish.
saying.
we're,
It was,
we're
it was.
applauding
So was Anthony
offside
Langas.
goals now. You
against the
XG wasn't good enough for you. Now we're going to goals that didn't even count because they were
Okay,
offside.
that's
but
so.
you look
Okay,
pretty.
we'll talk about
Hey,
goals that did count.
I was about to say,
Goals that did count. We can talk about
Before we
the
move
boy,
on,
the
before we
young
move on, I do want to say real quick. I did not know that Diogo Dallo was part Jamaican because he was doing a cool running slide after Gabriel sent his ass like the whole way. Sorry, that's
Yo,
all
Jay,
I
no,
want to make.
amazingly.
Sorry,
No,
sorry,
no.
sorry. That's all I want to make. That's all I want to make.
That's valid because he
I wanna
locked up Saka. He locked up Saka the whole game, so it's okay, man. I will let you have it. It was a good slide.
I'm about to say, Saka ain't have a great
I don't
one,
know.
but
I don't know how
so-
a game goes to 113 minutes when it's only 8 minutes added. I don't know how that happens, but I'll give Gabriel.
Hey man, soul for
I
soul,
love,
man.
I love Gabriel. I love Gabriel. It was a good. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him.
Hey, soul for soul, brother, soul for soul. But let's talk about Chelsea, man. Hey, how did that game go? How did that
Get
was?
ready for a long discussion. You thought that was a long discussion?
Nah,
ready
we
for
can, we,
this
can, we can hop to it, man. So how's it feel?
You guys
just-
called me crazy, man. You guys
Yeah.
called me crazy for having these guys like what? I placed them 8th. I think I put them too high in my list when I was making predictions on the prem. You guys, are you serious?
Nuno
8th?
Nuno
Chelsea?
Tavares
I
has
feel like
the
Chase is
same
the only
amount of
person who called
wins.
you crazy.
Oh
Nuno
my God.
Tavares has the same amount of wins at home as Enzo Fernandez. I stand for Bridge. I just that's
Tearing
kinda,
up. Manchester United reject that comes in. Oh man, I love Elanga. I love you,
He's
man.
torn
I
up
didn't-
everyone that he's
you
played against, by the way. So it's not it's like he didn't tear up.
He didn't.
Who
He
was
didn't
it,
tear up
Arsenal?
United. He played
Who did he
United.
score against
He
the
didn't
first
tear us
week?
up. I don't remember. It was assist.
Hey.
It wasn't. He didn't even score.
Oh, whatever.
Right. It was an assist, right, against Arsenal.
it was an
didn't score
assist.
against
He just ran late
Yeah,
to
I
the
was
pitch
gonna
and laid the ball off. That was
Bro,
literally it.
Caicedo felt so out of place after that 3-0 win against Luton Town. He had that Simba and Mufasa moment. Remember who you are. He got that Tim's back on, bro. He said, I got one job to do today. Anthony Olanga
Hey,
assist, bro.
listen,
Actually,
What did I guarantee? What did I guarantee?
But
Last pod. Everyone, no one thought that you guys were gonna lose to Forest except for me. I guaranteed.
yeah, I didn't. I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, at this point, it's like you were talking about DNA, like what's in the DNA, Spurs DNA, stuff like that. It's in Chelsea's DNA right now, man. I don't know what you guys have to do
for
to
real,
get
it
rid
is.
of it. I don't know what you guys have to do to get rid of it. All banter aside, it's crazy. Like it's just not. Like you guys
Bro,
could be.
what club is Enzo? Like, what is Enzo thinking of this club he joined? Since he came in January, it's madness.
Bro.
You said 1 win at Stamford Bridge, right? He's
One.
Yeah.
I just wow. Yeah, it's like it goes beyond words. Like it's Chelsea Football Club in this state.
Broski.
It's
You man are finished, bro. Bus stop in Fulham. You man are finito, bro. It's
Especially-
not
no.
looking
No,
good.
and I'm not gonna let this go because this guy was making fun of us. We came back, by the way. We're down 2-0 against Forest, and we scored 3 on them. This guy
Yeah.
was down 1-0 at home and couldn't do nothing. They're at home against Forest, that relegation team that you called them. Same level as Sheffield United, you said. And you guys lost them 1-0.
I ain't gonna cook him that hard because it's his birthday. I'm gonna let him speak his piece, man. Chase, you said you had a lot on your chest, man. How you feel?
Yeah, I let you guys just have your. I didn't even want to fight anything that you guys said. I just kind of sat back and took it on the chin. I thought that was.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
respect
mean,
that you get, man. Respect.
I've kind of lost words and excuses, and I've touched on it throughout the podcast. It seems to be something in the DNA, something in the air, not only at Stamford Bridge, but just in the uniforms. That's just some kind of fumes that's coming up
Like Phil
off
Collins.
the kit. Yeah, it's just I
Great
mean,
third kit too. The third kit you guys got now, that's a nice new kit.
all the kits are nice, but
Shame to
it's
waste it.
just it's just one of those things that I mean, if you want to get technical in like football breakdown of it all, and until there's some kind of system that's in place, and it's hypocritical of me to not talk about this because of the fact that I constantly criticized Arteta for doing similar things where it was like making things too complex, not understanding for a team that can't do the simple things right. It should be a 4-2-3-1, as simple as possible. You
4-3-3
stop ball from going in this net, put ball in this net. That should be what's written on the whiteboard at the start of it all. There shouldn't be I don't know if Ben Chilwell is playing left wing or left back.
He's legit playing left wing.
He's
Because
playing
that
left wing.
that fan on Twitter or
told
whatever,
y'all, man.
Instagram, that was criticizing Thiago Silva. And then Thiago Silva had to come out and say, no, we actually played a back four. Like, you didn't watch it
Yeah,
properly.
so Levi Colwell, who's the
So
best.
Cole is
in-
a left back.
Yes, and thank you to Thiago Silva, and I still think he's an asset to the club just due to his experience and the fact that we said there's no experience on this team. Levi Colwell is the best center back at Chelsea,
Bro.
and he's not even playing center back.
That's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
somebody on Twitter was like, "Yo, Levi Colwell was running like he had to take a shit for like 2 weeks."
No, he's been good. He's been good. Obviously, the Reece James situation is tough, but the fact that Conor Gallagher is the most consistent and dependable player in the team, I think, tells you everything that you need to know. And again, no one knows what the hell is going on. Nicholas Jackson is unfortunately turning into what I have made fun of Darwin Nunez for being. Someone with no touch, no ability to even run.
His
And again,
link
I'm
up
not
play,
gonna
I don't
get-
get it. I don't
Yeah, I don't
get
want to
it.
get all personal and do the whole Mudryk bit like I did the other week. It's just one of those things at this point where it's like there just seems to be no direction, unless Enzo Fernandez is picking out a ball for someone in behind. There's no creative
You know what's
anything going
crazy?
on. Go
Like,
for it.
I mean, Sterling looked
joke,
bright
no
again.
joke. Yeah, he that's what I'm saying. That you at least
Yeah.
have something there you could look forward to. At least you have him perform. But like, no joke, if you guys signed Fred and McTominay, it would be a better signing than Caicedo. And that's crazy.
rate,
You know what I'm saying? Like, they would actually bring something to the team that
slightly
Caicedo
specialized.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Like at least Fred would be able to help in the final third or something. Like, and he still has that energy. Like, I don't know. Like,
I would say
like joke.
that's not a crazy statement at this moment, just because I think Fred and McTominay would know what their roles are in the team and know what they're good at. I don't think that any of these guys who are in there right now are given defined roles, and the team isn't good enough to be a Manchester City where KDB may not have a defined role, but he's good enough to figure out how to impact a game.
Yeah.
Like Enzo is now, we talked about him playing too deep. Now I think he's playing too far forward. Like, he's not a 10, he's an 8, but now he's playing like a 10. Gallagher's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, which is what he always does, which is fine, honestly. But that's why we spent $115 million on Caicedo, to be the one to cut out the balls and do that stuff. Caicedo can't make a 5-foot pass. It's just like, and I get it, like, it's still early to judge
Best
Caicedo.
chances are coming from like Gallagher or like Enzo trying to take a shot. From
Enzo
outside.
can play. Yeah, Enzo's finding some dangerous balls, but unless it's Sterling driving at people and being dangerous like he's been, and fair play to him, I mean, Nicholas Jackson is a complete waste of space up there at this point. Which is tough to say because I do like him as a player.
I
as
don't
a
see
person.
He's
guys-
just raw. He's just extremely raw,
Yeah.
which is like
I don't-
Mudryk
I
too.
don't
Like a
see
lot of
you
the
guys-
players you signed are.
But
Needs-
again,
need a lot of
that's
No,
the
confidence.
I
same.
think Nicholas, I think Jackson could still bring more than 100. Like, I still think Jackson
And I
will-
think
100%.
will get in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you guys will finish 12th, but I don't think you guys.
The Jackson
You guys are
argument
not-
is the same argument that I've made. If Jackson was where he is now, but there was a established striker in front of him who's going to, even if it's a Callum Wilson or someone like that, who, or even fucking Danny Ings, someone who you know is reliable, has done it before. That Jackson, all the pressure's not on Jackson to score these
You
goals.
should have signed Jamie Vardy, man.
Could have signed anyone who can has scored more than 10 Premier League goals up to this point, besides Lukaku.
Man, you guys could have got
Nico-
Mitrovic too.
Nico Jackson doing up
imagine
average.
him.
Nah,
Mitrovic-
Mitrovic
at
actually
Chelsea-
low key get y'all cooking.
Chelsea could have done so many better things this summer.
what I'm saying.
It's just
Facts.
a waste
With
of
money.
I mean, you're gonna have to spend another $1 billion to fix the $1 billion that you just spent. Like, I don't see
That's crazy.
like
That's
as
what I'm
crazy
saying,
as
man.
that sounds. I mean,
Quick maths. That's
That's what I'm
I
not
mean,
even,
it
like,
could
even
be an issue that Nkunku was going to be that guy who took a lot of the goal scoring burden.
But then he still
away
doesn't
from
have that
Jackson.
experience that, you know what I'm saying? What if he gets a
But
couple
he has
games,
it at a high
CL
level. in
CL
Europe
experience,
and-
yeah.
and-
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
he's
what
played
if he gets
Champions League.
Yeah.
two games in, he misses a sitter like Jackson did and stuff, and then it goes all into his head, bro. Who's there to talk
No,
to
but
him?
I think Nkunku
No.
is established enough. He's like 26.
Nkunku-
He's an older head. He's
26?
been there longer.
Yeah, he's
he
26.
was,
Yeah.
he was supposed to be the glue guy. Once he got hurt, that kind of threw a wrench into everything that they had to bring in Cole Palmer and stuff like that. Like, now it's just kind of the system was built around Nkunku playing the 10. And then Chukwuemeka getting hurt as well doesn't help. Now it's like Gallagher, Caicedo, and Enzo are the only players really available besides Lavia, who plays a similar style to. He's like a mixture between Enzo and Caicedo, I guess. I don't really know what Lavia's player profile is.
With
that kind of
worse
helps.
touch than Caicedo.
You said
Oh,
what?
of course.
Yeah,
the
worst
worst
touch.
Oh, worse?
too.
Oh, no. Lavia's a good.
Nah.
He's good on the ball. He's a good player.
I'm gonna send that clip that you sent.
No, that clip is just funny
Yeah,
slander when he
first-
assisted
this-
Jota last game
Oh,
of the
yeah.
season. But he's a good player. I mean, but he's in the same boat as a lot of these other
Yeah.
Chelsea players. That
The
he's not the
age-
finished
age-
product. He's 19 years old.
Mhm.
He would need someone like, I don't know, a Kovacic. Like, he would have been
Jorginho.
better off having someone like that next
Look
to him.
off his cheek. That's the level that I don't care. He's fine. He's the level that just needs to be in the locker room that has some kind of Premier League experience. It's just like,
Yeah.
again, I feel bad for these guys because it's like by the time that they get to their prime or close to it, they're already almost thought about as rejects because they were so bad at Chelsea when they're asked to do so much. It's just like it's a disaster. The goalkeeper situation is a disaster. He's fine as a number 2. He's not a number 1, and now the window's closed, so he is your number 1. There's no trust in anything going on. Again, I think Pochettino, and the worst thing is I think he is the man for the job. I think that he's kind of chokehold right now with what he can do in terms of system. But I'd rather him play the 4-2-3-1, start Mudryk, Madueke should come.
You guys were playing 4 defenders. You guys weren't playing 5 back, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess Chilwell's not playing left back.
Chilwell he's an attacker now.
That's what I'm saying. But
Trying to give him the
how
Gareth
you-
Bale
that guy is
story.
no, that guy can't even take a shot in front of goal now, bro. Like
It's based on who's available currently. Mudryk obviously isn't in a place to start. Madueke is still low on fitness.
Still. Mudryk,
I thought you had like
100
guys had like
million.
10 attackers.
left winger. I don't think there's any like excuse for
Yeah,
Ben
why can't
you-
Chilwell to play
Excuse,
left
but-
wing.
Wasn't
That's
preseason all
insane.
built with having Chilwell left back,
Yeah.
Mudryk on the left wing, and he looked decent in preseason, right? Like,
Well,
the season
and
started
Nkunku
from
was
Pochettino
scoring all the
was-
goals.
And
That
he's
kind
gotta
of
be the
threw everything.
biggest.
Wasn't he
That's
starting
gotta
for
be the
Ukraine?
biggest slap to the face to Mudryk right now. That
Yeah.
Ben Chilwell is getting into the team in your position, freaking defender.
Yeah, how
He's
does
playing
that
there
mess
instead
with
of
your
you.
head, bro?
But again, that's like
crazy.
the whole thing. It's like when he goes in there, he feels like he has to take a 45-yard shot and put it top in to just prove himself. Like that's where it, and mentally, like I've been as a former player and someone who played it, like was in that spot where I was like, anytime you get on the field, it's so slim that you feel like you have to make some crazy difference. And then by that point, you know, you screw up and you're like, well, fuck, now I'm back on the bench for another 75 minutes next week. So it's tough. It's funny to make fun of him just because
I'm
of all the
critical
other
of Poch.
stuff.
I'm critical of Poch for that. Like I am,
Yeah.
like just straight out. I rate Poch, but I'm critical of him for these.
Yeah,
Again,
what
I
he's
think that-
doing right now.
It's
He's
tough,
got-
bro. Do you go with the experience of what you know, or do you go with
But
believing in
even
somebody
if
and
Pep
trying to
fixes-
instill confidence?
Could Pep fix this at this point? It's like just here's a pile of shit. Like figure out how to make it work. Like there's no, again, these players. I mean, Cole
Yeah,
Palmer. Honestly,
Ten Hag
I-
was handed a pile of shit, and he dealt with it. And we had 100 million signings that are not worth 100 million.
but I don't like
that. You
the
know,
Cole Palmer signing as a player. But at least they looked at a player profile and said this fits what we need. Up to that point, that wasn't even a thing. It was, oh, this guy scored a couple
Right.
goals, and I saw him on FIFA, and he looks like he's good, and that's just the level.
They ask ChatGPT. Say, oh yeah, who
I
good?
swear.
Who got them joint?
Like all these players make sense through a microscope, but then you start putting the scenarios around it into place, and it makes no sense. I like Jackson. I think Mudryk could turn into something if he was playing behind fucking Hazard or some shit like that, but it's bad.
Pulisic, bro.
Yeah, at least
Pulisic
someone who has
literally
experience.
something.
I don't know what to say. I mean, at this point, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel like I did against Luton. At least it's just like
What
I
did
mean, I
you-
feel like
But that's what I was trying to tell you last week. Like I'm like, bro, like you gotta calm down because at the end of the day, Luton their fans will get into us later, but Luton are like they're trash, bro. Like
their
they're
fans
not
hate us. We've already
yeah.
formed a massive
You know what I'm
enemy.
saying? If United don't go double, if we don't double against them, like 3 goals each game, like I'll be sad. Like if we're not beating them at least by 2 goals
Yeah.
each game.
You know,
Like,
we
you guys
gotta
could call me out on it. You guys
we
could
gotta
call me
chill.
out.
We gotta chill on Luton, bro. The Luton fans hate us, bro. You gotta chill. Luton fans online.
First, like it shows that
There's
we're
nothing
making
first.
progress. We have a fan base that hates us already. 5 podcasts in, so
Hey man, I'm
You're
with
not being
y'all.
serious,
Up the
bro.
town, up the
There's
town,
nothing
Be
personal,
man.
Luton
realistic.
fans.
Up
I
the town,
understand
up
they're
the town.
happy. I understand they're happy they're in the Premier League and stuff like that, but their team sucks, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry, they don't have anyone that.
Yeah, I mean,
Even the
truth is
people that
truth,
played
you
good
know?
last season, they're not doing good this season, anyways.
No, the
So,
truth,
I don't
the
know.
truth is the truth, and that's it. You know, nothing personal. Just
No, yeah, that's what I'm
Business,
saying. It
this is
can't matter.
business.
I hope you guys pull some wins or something. Like you guys could have upsetted Chelsea in their state, but even then, you guys couldn't do it. But whatever.
That'll be great. We'll be happy when Luton pulls a win. That'll be
sure.
a special
Yeah.
moment for them and their fans.
It'll be I'll post it on my story, man. If they get
Real talk, I'm
points, bro,
add, we gotta add that guy from Twitter, man. You know what I'm saying?
listen.
Up the town.
Imagine Luton against like Forest. Forest will destroy. Like even
Yeah.
if like Forest are not playing, like their counterattack.
They'll
Like,
abuse him.
bro,
I can see Luton pulling a cheeky win against Everton though. I can see him pulling a cheeky win
Oh,
against
yeah.
Everton.
oh, for
Cheeky,
sure.
bro. Everton stink.
Bro, you guys are, bro. Listen, Arsenal are gonna play Everton when you
We-
guys come back. When we come back,
We
from that
better
second
power
break.
drive them. I swear
Hey,
on
you're,
everything I
they're
love.
playing away, but still,
On-
bro, you guys have to.
On
Yeah,
everything I
Arsenal's
love, we
record at
need to
Goodison.
pile drive. I know we
You
have
have
to
to
put this to
punish
bed.
them, bro.
We have
You
to
have to
put this to
punish
bed. We have to literally like Batista bomb them through a glass table. Like there's no alternative. There's
Right.
nothing.
If you're losing at or dropping points at Goodison Park now, it's-
then call it.
you will never find a word. This is the best possible time
Call
to go
it.
to Goodison Park.
They
Yeah,
literally.
there's not a
Oh yeah,
better
I
time.
about to say I forgot to mention them as well, but they had the
they're
worst
against the
transfer
fans,
window. They had the worst transfer window, bro. They got rid of Iwobi.
Stinky, man.
I about to say
Yeah.
they had Malpai for like 6 months. He was ass. They got rid of him better for Malpai. Honestly, they got the dude
They
Beto
spent the
from
whole summer
this
tailing
floundering.
Nonto
Oh, yeah.
from Leeds. That guy was like going on strike from trading and all
Facts.
this stuff.
Leeds
and
hate
then
him
still in
now.
the championship.
And nothing.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then in addition to not signing that left winger, what did they do? They let their most creative player
Go.
Like
To Fulham, no less. I'm like, bro, them guys suck, bro. Them guys suck, man. Everton, yeah.
let's see what Jack Harrison could do when he's back fit. But
Yeah, but I don't have too much hope for them boys. But yeah, we can slide on to the next game real quick. Liverpool, you know what I'm saying? A nice clean 3-0 performance against Aston Villa. You know what I'm saying? Some good performances, man. I guess Shanko, we can go to you first. We can talk about a couple of notable players, man. Szoboszlai, man. Talk to me about Szoboszlai. Talk to me.
I'll start off by saying this match is all I could have asked for. I said last week on the pod, I just want a no drama, clean sheet win on Sunday morning, which is what we got. I mean, even as I said those words, I couldn't have pictured that match being as easy as it was. Like, going on a limb, that might be the easiest match Liverpool has at Anfield all season. It was a joke. Like I swear, this was Unai Emery. If you do the Scooby-Doo mask, this was Arsenal Unai Emery underneath that. What I don't know what that man was thinking. He came to Anfield playing a high line with no press. So
He
had
does it
Trent just
every
picking it
time
up.
like a dummy. He
You
does
had
it.
Trent
He
just
did it
picking up the
OT,
ball,
and he did it.
like-
Oh my, he's
Right,
a
Trent
fool.
picking up the ball has like a 10-yard radius of no one around him. The Villa whole team from back to front is compact like that. So there's just so much space for you see. As soon as he picks it up, you see Diaz, Nunez, Salah go, and just easy, just clipped it over the top. McAllister's hitting them over the top.
I'm telling
If
you,
Van Dijk
bro.
was playing that game, he would have been hitting his quarterback launches to Salah all game long.
Yeah.
Was there a more like his sub when Diego Carlos got hurt and he subs in Leon Bailey? Like, was there something more like him than that, bro? Like I don't.
Oh,
And
more
then he
Emery
subs
than-
up Bailey. Yeah, like and then he
Incredibly.
subs up Bailey like 75th minute. Like he plays
Yep.
like for 30 minutes or something. I was like, bro.
Well, I mean, the Bailey thing made
incredibly
sense
Emery.
because he was able to just put Cash right back because he was playing right mid before, and then put
I
Kunz,
know,
center
I know,
back.
but it's just funny, bro. Like,
Hey,
and then he
man.
gets subbed out 30
Yeah, then he
minutes.
gets subbed out. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, I feel bad for him, bro. Yeah,
Villa fans,
this was the
welcome-
worst team that
welcome
I think.
back.
Well, yeah, I think this was the worst team that will come to Anfield this season. Not because Villa's a bad team,
Just-
but they were just set up so
Emery's-
badly.
Emery's
If you
so
could set up
brain
a
dead when it comes to
team-
Liverpool and Man United.
Right, if you could write like a textbook of
Well, not
the
so much
worst
United,
way to
but
set up a
Liverpool.
team to go to Anfield, it's what Emery set Villa up to do on Sunday. It was just terrible. And then on top of that, they had no
They're lucky
impetus
they didn't
going
get-
forward. They had no threat on the break. It was just nothing. It was just like Szoboszlai scored. Yeah, you mentioned before, 3 minutes in, and then from that moment on, the game was over. They had there was
Only
just
thing I
no there was no other point in it where you thought this might get nervy.
The only thing I think it was not right after the goal. Like they got the ball. It was like a 2v1 or a 2v2 where I think it was Bailey or Diaby got the ball and he like cuts in and then just makes like a dead pass and McGinn just shoots it up to the
Right,
sky.
there was
I
that
feel like that was
too.
Diaby.
And there was the one
I think that was
chance where
Diaby.
I think maybe McGinn crossed it in along the ground, and it came to Bailey and Watkins, and they both like kind of got mixed up.
Oh yeah,
and-
yeah.
Mm.
But that was
didn't
already
connect
deep
with it
into-
properly.
That was
That was in the
when
first
they're-
half still.
yeah.
When that happened.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but like other
they
than
had
those,
that-
yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
was
saying.
nothing.
Two maybe chances in
Right,
the
I can't
whole-
think of anything in the second half.
No, that was
Bro,
the most
did.
dangerous. that they.
dead food, bro. But yeah, nah, that's 100% on
Now
Emery's head
we
top.
see why
Emery's
why
so
Newcastle
confident,
battered them.
man. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, because they did the
Right.
same thing there. Yeah, just such a high line.
Too
when you're
overconfident.
playing a high line like that. So it's one thing to play a high line with no press, but playing a high line when you have someone like Pau Torres in the back, like
You
this guy
said
does
you
not want
said
to be.
he want
He
depth
does not want to be
yards.
chasing after Darwin Nunez and Mohamed Salah in
And
behind.
even him passing out the back, he was struggling that game.
Oh yeah, the press was eating him up. Yeah,
Oh
he's had a terrible start to the Premier League.
I felt
Mm.
bad. Just
Yeah,
watching
it's
him,
not been good for him.
second-hand embarrassment watching him play center back. That game.
Nah, for real.
I
don't
still
know.
think he'll probably come good, but yeah, he needs adjusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the plan was for him to be thrown in this early. It's just Mings' injury forced
Yeah,
Emery's
mess-
hand, and he has to, there's
Adjust.
no adjustment period. He's right in.
Yeah.
But I think he started with Mings, no? In that
Yeah,
game?
he started Mings and Conte, yeah, and then Mings got injured, and then now he has to play Torres.
Mm.
But back to Liverpool, Szoboszlai. I don't know how many times I'm gonna come here talking about how much I love that guy. He is
Fantastic player.
such a gem.
Fantastic player.
He is such a gem. He has everything at this point. Like obviously I knew he was a good footballer from what I'd seen of him at Leipzig before, but I didn't know he had this much of an engine. He hasn't really played as an 8 before. He was more of a winger or like a right-sided
Or even
attacking mid in like a 4-2-2 at Leipzig. Yeah, he's just box-to-box winger, just doing everything.
that's-
He was making slide tackles in our defensive third. He's out here skinning. Was it Digne on the right wing in the second half? And then when he cut it back to Salah, and Salah like messed up with his first touch. But he's just all action. He's doing everything. Yeah, even when he scored his goal, he's celebrating like, yeah, I'm him. He's just that guy. Like I wish I could change my my preseason prediction signing of the season. Cause
See,
what a guy,
I don't
bro.
know.
Szoboszlai
I don't know if
took
he'll
a
get there,
Thiago gene, bro. You saw that on the first goal. He took he stole the Thiago gene, bro.
Yeah, but
he
he
did
added his own thing, bro. Because that power, the
power behind it was
put into his shots, bro.
nasty.
Like,
Right. He's
and that's
techie.
that's what I'm saying. Like he does what he does on the field, but then his tech, like the way he shoots the ball, bro, like it's scary.
But
Like, you know what I'm
again,
saying?
It's like
You
his
cannot give him-
delivery.
Ball
It's
striking,
so
good
good.
passing, and engine, like good vision.
Yeah,
Like
his set
yo,
piece delivery on top of that. It just
Not like 20 yards, but if you give him 25, 30 yards, like
he'll
keeper's in
bang. He'll
trouble,
bang.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he will
He'll
score
bang it.
in very soon. He's gonna score an absolute screamer. With these looks he's getting on the edge of the box.
Mhm.
It's.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal he scored was
And,
amazing on a half volley on his left foot.
Yeah, weak foot.
The
That's what I'm
technique to
saying.
keep that down and just.
If you play Liverpool, you cannot give him chances to shoot like people give like Connor, like they give like Gallagher and stuff like that. Because that guy will punish. He'll punish keepers, bro. He's got a foot.
Yeah, he's such a good player. And by the way, all this talk of regarding McAllister in the 6, he was an excellent 6 on Sunday, and he played the lone 6. He wasn't really getting much help. Occasionally, Trent was dropping in. We were actually
Yeah, I
like,
saw a lot of that. I saw a
more
lot
than
of
a box midfield sometimes. Like Matip was almost playing like right back, and Trent was picking it up in that space, and just like I said earlier,
And
see that
sometimes-
highlight, just launching it in behind.
Sometimes Trent would go into the right center back, and Matip was
Right,
like,
that's what I'm
right
saying. That's what I'm saying.
It was
Yeah,
just- it was-
yeah. He was going into that space with just no pressure on him, and just launching those
But
balls in behind. And
shows how
McAllister-
unserious Villa.
Yeah, McAllister was just so composed in there. Like, I just feel so comfortable with him on the ball. He even was winning the ball back. Like prime Xabi Alonso in there. He's just like him being able to do that. I don't know how much Klopp plans on playing him in the six during the season, but it just gives us so many more options on what we can do. Because Endo didn't even start, so we have him as an option. We still might see something with Gravenberch at the six. I'm not too sure what the plan is there yet, but it's exciting, man. Curtis Jones played really well. He's back fit. Thiago's coming back soon, but Chesic's on the bench and hasn't really gotten a look in yet. So it's looking good, man. I didn't think I would be this excited with what I've seen in the season at this point. I thought it would be more of a slow burn and gelling in. I think just everything about that Newcastle match just flipped the whole like spirit around the club. Yeah, it feels good, man.
Yeah, if you guys didn't have that Newcastle game, like in terms of like difficult fixtures for the beginning, I think like out of our teams here, United and Liverpool have probably like the hardest ones to go against, especially the like how we're playing away against the tougher opponents and not home. And you guys, unfortunately, we couldn't pull off the win against Spurs and Arsenal, but you guys had that amazing. If you guys did not have that comeback against Newcastle with the man down, it would look sus. But
yeah, that was huge. And also Liverpool from last season, after a win like the one against Newcastle, they would go and lose the next match
and go dead. Yeah.
Right, so to go and just beat Aston Villa just so comfortably, like this was like the closest I've seen Liverpool play to our title-winning season, or when we would be challenging with City. Just teams come to Anfield and it's just no drama, just easy. But against a good team, Villa's a good team.
I want to see what happens when City or Arsenal go play you guys at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like last season, I was petrified going to the Etihad because we just had nothing to offer in the midfield.
No, I'm saying them coming to you. Yeah. I want to see if they could take points away from
That's what I'm saying.
We always lose there anyways. It doesn't matter how good we are. We're always going to lose at Anfield. We could be the best team in history. We would still lose at Anfield. We just always lose there no matter what. We're cursed.
No, I think the Spurs curse is worse. When you guys go play Spurs.
Oh yeah,
Spurs curse is definitely worse.
That's because Spurs are a banter club, but like people don't realize that we're cursed at. Like the only time we won at Anfield in the last like I don't even know how many years, but
I was no fans.
Was when there was no fans.
Yeah, cool.
That 4-0
cursed season.
Yeah.
That's 4-1. Respect the.
Or 4-1, right? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about our record. I don't even want to talk about our record at Anfield. You can leave that alone, bro.
I want to see how these certain key matchups, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially that's what I'm saying about like when you guys drop those points to Fulham, that might be crucial at the end of when we count all the points in at the end and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the big test.
You guys are the big test. Like when you go there, you're gonna have to take those. You're gonna have to take a tie, and that's a W. Even then, we'll see.
I mean, the good thing is you're not coming to Anfield until right before Christmas.
Yeah, till late.
Or right after Christmas. Yeah, like, right in that zone. So there's so much time for you guys to gel and
Fair, yeah. And before we roll on here, we can go to quick blurb on. Man City just dominated Fulham 5-1. Like I'm about to say, Adrian, you want to provide some comments on that ass whooping?
No, I'm not gonna go on about this one. Fulham got touched.
Bro, okay, can we talk about the Nathan Ake goal? That should never have stood.
Yeah, even Holland said he was like, I ain't gonna lie. If I was them, I would have felt like
what are these referees doing? How can you see that and think that's
every week?
Every week. It's
something new,
standard
man.
of the refereeing in the Premier
Not that
League.
I would think it would change at the end of the day, but
fail.
it would do something. I don't know, man.
Without fail, yeah.
Imagine you're a Fulham fan and you're watching that. Like,
right, this is twice in a row now that
facts
2 and 3 weeks that Fulham have been just totally screwed by the referees. Yeah, the Tim Ream red card and penalty against Brentford, and then this. It's just
that's baffling. That's shocking. That's shocking officiating.
And the Ake goal made it 2-1, right?
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, I still have 0 doubts. We would have gone on to win the game anyway.
Yeah.
So. But it's just
that momentum killer, bro.
Yeah. Momentum. They got touched. Holland hat trick. Alvarez goal. I mean, it was a good day. It's
Bro,
a job
Haaland
done.
has 6
That's
goals
it.
already, right?
Same tally,
Yeah,
the same exact tally in the same amount of games.
Yeah,
They
that
get
guy's
like
a joke, man.
two
People were
no goals,
talking this-
1-3.
Right, people were chatting saying without the KDB, he's not going to score as many goals.
Nah,
He's
Stupid.
a joke.
no way, no way. What's it
Freaking
called?
freaking nature.
We'll talk about
Cyborg.
Mr. Ivan Ferguson hat trick.
Bro, yeah, real quick. Yeah, definitely. And speaking of getting touched, bro, Newcastle got touched,
Newcastle
man. I ain't
got
gonna lie.
touched.
Touched by not even by an angel. Just
But
straight.
that's what I'm
There's some
saying,
seagulls.
bro.
They let some seagulls slap him up. Oh my god.
Rated.
That Evan Ferguson's
Absolutely.
performance. What are you gonna do if someone like just starts like
Bro,
is there a player in the Prem at that young? Like only thing I could think of is like Michael Owen like tearing up like a team like that. Like
There was that came out that only like 2 or 3 other
Hat-trick at
players had ever
18.
scored a hat trick before their 19th birthday. He's 18 actually. We
He's
thought he was
18.
19.
yes, he's 18, bro. He's
18.
18,
Bro.
doing that, bro. And not again,
That
bro. That
second goal,
he's going.
that second goal, bro. That showed like everything you need to know about him.
That's what I'm
That shit was-
saying. He's not scoring Erling Haaland goals. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy is like
he's an
like,
elite.
scoring-
He's,
bro.
I mean, that
he's-
first goal was very Haaland. As
Oh,
just-
oh yeah,
I know,
no,
but-
he definitely
and then
posted
the
that.
second-
But he got everything in his bag. I ain't gonna lie. He's got damn near everything in his
Yeah,
bag
his
from the
his
looks.
link-up play is what I'm most impressed by.
Like
I wasn't
it's
so
So
scared
do you
about
see?
it,
Do you
but
see
if
how
he starts-
comfortable he was dropping deep
Insane.
like Kane and
Bro,
linking up with
he was-
the rest of the team?
exactly my point, bro. I'm
It's
like
just
he was in
18 years
a
old to have that.
It's
Yeah,
second
he's
nature, bro.
special, man.
He's him. They are literally going to charge everything that Chelsea paid over the past year for just his transfer. Tony Bloom is going to be a very rich man. He's going to buy 5 yachts. He's going to buy 3 new houses. He's going to go to Lake Como, buy a brand new property. He's going to buy like, you know what I'm saying, 6. He's going to buy 6 Oompa Loompas. I don't even know if they exist. He's going to buy them too. Like
Yeah, that's
this,
the thing.
this
They're gonna
Evan
ask
Ferguson
for so
transfer is
much.
going to be
They're gonna
bags.
ask for so much
They're not
that I
gonna
don't
get
think
it.
anyone's gonna sign him. Like
Oh.
Kane at Tottenham. There's a reason he moved at 30 because
Yeah,
no one could afford
facts.
him any other year.
It's a-
Like it might
it's-
be a similar.
He's gonna have
Absolute-
to force. He's gonna have to force a move to Saudi for 1 year and then.
And then bring it down. Bring it back down to go.
You know, Brighton's antics in the transfer window might have players running down their contracts with them very soon.
Right, yeah.
I can see that as well. I can see that as
Yeah.
well,
Oh yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Definitely. The
Because if
Caicedo
you're
thing
getting,
was a forewarning.
especially if Caicedo doesn't eventually do well for Chelsea, like that's gonna affect Brighton in the long run with these future transfers. You know
Also
what I'm
true.
saying? Like it's gonna.
Also talking about
we'll
Chelsea
see.
making terrible decisions and how their midfield is horrible. There's a
That's
certain Billy Gilmore who was
cooking
my
in
God.
Chelsea. I don't know
In
how
that
y'all got
Newcastle
rid of him.
midfield.
I don't know how y'all got rid of Billy Gilmore. That's a
I was
fact.
I was
That's a
probably the
fact.
biggest Billy Gilmore fan.
That's crazy. And then he goes and just starts and is already doing better than Caicedo, bro.
bro.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just such a
Yeah.
tidy footballer, and
That's insane.
No, Brighton
Man.
definitely have a
Remember we
shrine.
put up
They have a Chelsea
Fabinho?
shrine at their training ground just for all the things Chelsea have done for them.
It was
Right.
like the start of the death of Fabinho was when Gilmore cut him up in the FA Cup game.
facts, bro.
No, literally, bro. Like,
Yeah, Brighton. I just what a like. I know it's like kind of easy to root for them, but I'm just so glad there's a team like them in the league. You know, no oil money coming in, just well run, the most beautiful football. And I think it was perfect that Newcastle was the team.
Yeah.
yeah,
they
facts.
dressed up like this.
Conquered Saudi
Like-
money, bro.
Right, like Newcastle with their just high intensity football, like just a high intensity FC. Coming up against a team that actually plays football like Brighton, they're outclassed. Like their midfield
Literally.
just cannot cope.
Yep. Shout out to Deserby. I mean,
Yeah, Deserby
Yeah.
just
this was a
beautiful.
statement. That was a statement when after what happened last week, where we were all. I mean, I was sitting here questioning what is he gonna
Right.
do after this. That was a statement.
Again,
Yeah.
and we talk again. This is something we
Did it
talked
again.
about. We talked about it in the group chat. Whenever Brighton get embarrassed, whenever Brighton get like pieced up,
Yep.
the next week
Ruthless.
they kill somebody.
What
They
does he
have-
even do in training to these
Can we
guys?
talk about
Like,
the creativity
you
of
gotta wonder.
Newcastle, like up front? Like they're
bro? And
Yo, Newcastle should have set up like West Ham. Like
That's
they,
what-
very much the
Eddie Howe
same
should have
way.
known they could not compete with Brighton playing football. Their tactic should have been sit in, hit on the break with Gordon, with Isak, with Almiron.
that's what I'm
But he tried to match up and they just cannot.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie, and that's
not
and,
with
and this is what we talked about as well, and this is why I agree with Gene is when we debated about this like a few days ago or a week ago or whatever. Like Newcastle, again, the high intensity football, the way they set up their structure is good, but they don't have the technical level required to go toe to toe with again a side that plays possession football, a side that is as good as a Brighton, as good as a City, as good as Arsenal, and when Liverpool can maintain control, like. a side like Liverpool. I think in most spells, you know what I'm saying, Liverpool, I probably need to see when Gravenberch like does it to come back in the conversation like that. But again, like years prior, definitely so. But Newcastle, they have again good setups, but they don't have the technically creative players, the technically secure creators to just make like things happen and sustain play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like again, like it's just you saw it at the Man City game. There was just nothing. They just couldn't maintain anything besides intensity. But when we pass you, when we give you 1,000 passes of death, you're just gonna run yourselves into the ground, and we're just gonna lap you. That's literally it. Last year we went to St. James's Park. We was doing damn near the same thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When there's a technical level, when there's a technical team that surpasses them, they have no answer. So that's the next thing they need to solve. And the right way to solve it is having more technical players in the midfield, more technical players in the attack that can hold play and can make some things happen. And they just don't have that right now to beat the upper level sides when it comes to, people playing a superior football.
Yep.
Also, I think it's time for Eddie Howe to start making some changes. I think Callum Wilson has earned his place to start at this point. Isak, for as much as I think he's an excellent player, he's been pretty anonymous since the first game of the season.
He's had a tough dip.
Like Almiron keeps starting.
He's not getting fed anything really.
Starting. I feel like I don't know, man.
I think you could play Isaac. I think you could play Isaac and Wilson.
Yeah, he could do what he was doing last season. Isak on the left wing, Wilson through the middle.
I think that would work out.
Right now, it just seems. I mean, they have played 3 tough teams, but when you're a Champions League club losing 3 on the bounce,
no.
And the way they're losing
that Liverpool game, the way they lost that Liverpool, it shouldn't.
Yeah, that was shambolic in any case, bro.
No excuse. Losing to Brighton is not shameful, but getting touched.
Brighton at home. Man City.
It's the way they lost to Brighton.
Yeah.
It's the way they weren't.
That's what I'm saying, but that's what I want to talk about. Evan Ferguson, like, would they lose to them if they didn't have this guy just freaking shooting anything and anything was just going in for him? Like, because like I said, they lost 1-0 to City, right? Imagine if like Haaland just got his shots in and all of them went in. Obviously we'd have a different conversation. But
they could have lost 3-4-0 to City if Haaland.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It's just like they could have lost 1-0 to Brighton. They still got touched regardless. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it depends on how much they conceded. It was just the way that the game played.
It wasn't in their hands. They had no control, man. They were trailing. The opposition had the upper hand on them in almost every situation because they had possession football. They were chasing the game. They were chasing shadows. At the end of the day, they're stuck in that position almost every time when it comes to those superior technical sides. That's really it. And that's that next level. And that's why I'm saying 60% of the Champions League. I feel like 60% of the Champions League for them. They could get through the group stages. I think off of PMP, off of the ability, if they swallow their pride and just set up very defensively and break on counters, they'll catch Dortmund, they'll catch Milan. They can do that, but they just have to.
Bro, imagine that PSG, if they actually played defensively against these teams, like Bruno, Joelinton, Tonali, and then they have a freaking 6-7 center backs, left backs, and stuff like playing like. PSG, they're gonna have a tough time trying to get into just create it. But like I said, it depends how they play, bro.
The problem is, I feel like there's still a bit of quality missing with Newcastle. Like their front three, is it like if you want to compare them to like early Klopp, because like their style is similar to that. Early Klopp in the Champions League was Mane, Firmino, Salah. I mean. Like technically it's not the same. Almiron, it's
not the same.
But that's what I'm saying. If you have Isaac
Wilson, the big teams in Europe.
If you have Isaac and Wilson and Almiron still doing that, he's just been unfortunate at the end of the day. I don't think he's been terrible, but if he's pacing down and trying something like he has, like he hit the post a couple times in the last 4 games, like he's just been, to me, unlucky. You know,
the end product is just his biggest thing.
Yeah. But if he's still creating, I don't know. I can still see a working Isaac, Wilson, and him. I feel like they could get more.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they could do well in that group, but I think it would be more unlikely than likely, in my opinion.
But yeah, Brighton still look damn good when they're on it, man. I'm just praying that the defense fails when they see us. That's all I'm saying. I hope those defenders.
I think the Zerbi watched the pod, bro. You saw him this weekend. No Milner right back. He put Veltman back in.
I know.
No Webster. He put in Van Becker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a repeat of
facts.
Those guys on the team.
Learned his lesson, man.
Imagine Rashford running towards those guys, bro.
An Italian man right there, ruthless, no nonsense.
Yeah, he used James Milner now the way you should. Bring him in when
Facts.
you're
So
3-1 up or
big
3-0 up
utility.
for 10 minutes left. Him and
Straight-
Lana. See
straight
how
energy.
Gets a yellow. Gets a
Yeah.
yellow. For,
Yeah, get a yellow,
Yeah.
start the game out.
all those guys,
That's what
bro.
you need.
Everyone that got subbed in got a yellow like within the first 2 minutes, bro. It's
Hey
too
man,
funny.
that was in the plans.
who-
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
in
We're
the
gonna
plans,
move on
man.
to
Yeah, our
picks
picks.
for the-
Yeah, before we
yeah.
get up out of here, we got to give our Yank picks for
Oh,
this
man, I didn't
past
even think of
game
that.
week, man. So yes, the best team, the worst team, the player of the week, and the fraud of the week. That's how we're gonna break it down. So Adrian, we'll start with you since we transition that way.
Okay,
We
so
can burn
I'm gonna just say right here, best team, Manchester City. I'm gonna be shameless here. We destroyed Fulham. It was beautiful to watch. That's it. It was great. I enjoyed it, and a great way to go on a 2-week international break. You know, because I know, like, I've been on the receiving end of a loss before an international break, and I know that just stays in your head. You know, it's just like
Nah,
2 weeks.
I
Like,
don't
oh, you know, man. Now I know how it feels, man. It's not good.
I'm not worried, bro. I'm more worried about what happens when I get back into it and I gotta play Brighton.
Now we get back into it. This international
break.
break is like the small little preview to like the madness that starts when the Champions League is back and
Facts.
then the fixtures start piling in. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
got football, yeah.
And if
Fall
we think
rush.
injuries are bad now, wait
Good
until all those
lord,
things
oh
are bad.
man.
Yep, that's true. So yeah, I'll just go with City. You know, it was beautiful.
Mhm.
My worst team. I have a I'll say most disappointing first. I just got to get this one out of the way. Chelsea. Horrible, just horrible.
Can we
I
go
mean-
5 for 5? That was a good.
Just, I mean, my God, it's just like I'll even throw in my fraud of the week was Poch. Like just everything going hand in hand there. It's just I'm very critical of him at the moment. I know that he's not. I know that he's not exactly managing some like a well structured. What are you going to say? This team is not even well structured at the moment. I know it's a mess. He was brought in to help sort it out. Obviously, he needs time. But you got to keep in mind that Chelsea are probably the team in the league, the worst team in the league when it comes to patience with managers. You know, like how many times did we hear that Graham Potter was the man?
Yeah, that was.
That was
Especially-
how many times
especially
did we
the last
It
2
feels
years.
like a
It's just the last
lifetime.
2 years.
It's a
many
Like,
lifetime.
the
times-
whole
how many
reason
different
Tuchel
managers
got
does Chelsea
sacked
have?
was to give someone else time to
time, right?
do their
Yeah,
thing.
and Chelsea is the worst team when it comes
Still
to
the dumbest
patience.
staff, bro.
Even under the Abramovich era, it was still the worst team when it comes to patience.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, Poch, he probably should have known what he was getting into. He knew that he needed immediate impact.
Yeah.
And some of these decisions
that
that he's
too.
making, yeah, and it's just some of these decisions is just so questionable. Like we were saying, Chilwell left wing. What is going on there? Like you got a 100 million euro pound whatever signing sitting on the bench, number 10 shirt. He's supposed to be the next Hazard, or the closest thing to Hazard
Number
that Chelsea's
10 shirt.
had.
Crazy.
I mean, he's just sitting on the bench. He's not doing anything. I mean, yeah, I'm critical of Poch at the moment. He knows that he's under a lot of pressure and he's getting cooked right now, you know. So I guess because of that, I'll just have to say Chelsea for worst and most disappointing team. They get the double and then Poch is the fraud of the week. It's just really bad overall. And then I'll end off with my player of the week, who we haven't mentioned in this podcast yet. Well, this podcast episode yet. Young-min
I know.
Son.
Yeah, I knew he's gonna go there.
Patrick. It was a double.
Because it was against Burnley, bro. That's why we're not talking about it too much.
It was double positive vibes for me because I had him
Freaking
on
FPL.
fantasy too. So you know, and I was like, you know, we've been talking outside of the podcast about Son playing striker for Spurs now that Kane's gone, especially since Richarlison's been stinking. So it was great to not only to see Son after he had a poor season last year. He was struggling a lot under Conte. To just see him bag a hat trick, play number 9. You know, the goals were brilliant too. Like the first one was that chip. Oh man, the way it bounced off the net, it was so aesthetically pleasing.
That's what Nunes thought he was gonna do, by the way, against.
Yeah, now Sonny's one of my favorite players in the league. He's been one of my favorite players in the league for the past 4 or 5 years. A guy that I would have had at City any day of the week. I probably still would have him at City. So yeah, player of the week right there, Son.
Dang,
That's
fair.
right.
Go next.
He went fraud.
Yeah, I'll go next.
My
Yeah, my
final
most
thoughts,
impressive
yeah.
team was Brighton. We talked about them before. Just a clinic of football. Without saying this, repeating the same thing, because just I enjoy watching them so much, especially when they're in that kind of mood. And they're just a great advert for the Premier League, having a team like that playing the way they play. Long may it continue. Player of the week, same as Adrian, I had Son. He's been my favorite non-Liverpool player in the Premier League since 2017. I think he's the only non-Liverpool player or player that never played for Liverpool that I follow on Instagram. I just find him so hard to dislike. He's just, he's always so happy. He just wants to play his football. I love watching him play when he's in this kind of form. And yeah, the 3 goals he scored were just like vintage Son. Especially the third one, is that ball, a beautiful ball by the way from Pedro Porro, and the Son running in behind, left foot near post finish. It seems like Spurs might end up being a direct competitor to Liverpool this season. So I shouldn't want too much from him, but I hope it continues. Worst team, I mean, it goes without saying, Chelsea, without repeating the same things. And then fraud of the week. This is the first time this season, a 2-time fraud of the week, Moises Caicedo. Give it up. He got his Timbs back on.
Bro,
he knew what we wanted to see.
Tin Man.
That is my guy. That is my guy.
We don't have the Tin Man anymore.
Did you give it to him last week? No, right?
No, 2 out of 3 weeks.
Okay. Let me go then. I wanted to follow up that before someone sees it. You just got the first I want to go first back-to-back fraud of the weeks ever. Jackson, man. Yeah. Back-to-back frauds of the week, man.
Dang, both 2 times.
Yeah, that's what I say. No, but my own back-to-back. I gave it to him last week, even though he scored because he played
Michael
so
Jackson.
bad. But then today, man, when his
He
team
played more
needed
like
him
Michael
the most,
Jackson.
when his
Janet
team needed him the most, bro. The easiest chance a striker could ask for. I think Adrian, if you just in that time, if you just put yourself there, I'm not saying you'd ever get into that spot as a professional or anything like that, but if you're literally thrown there with 3-second countdown like a video game, they give you 3, 2, 1, you tap that ball in and it goes in 9 out of 10 times.
Bro,
man.
why did he slide the way he did? Why did he lunge like that?
No, there's no
There
clue,
was
bro.
no need.
But how do you put it over the post when you're that close? Like you have to. That's like when you try, bro. Like, you
Yeah,
have
it's harder to
try.
do that. Yeah,
I think he
I
heard.
don't-
purpose.
I think he heard the Thriller music in his back. It was trying to do that.
Maybe.
He
Maybe
laid his shoulders back.
Maybe they should give him a
Trying to do the
center
kick.
back for that,
He's trying to
that
do the
goal line
Michael
clearance.
Jackson.
I don't know, man, but I'm going back to back fraud of the week for him. Best team of the week. I didn't give it to him last week out of hate, but I'll give Liverpool best team of the week.
Wow.
They had the most. They had the
Set
most
out of
comfortable. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it to the side. Whatever. I'll give it to them because so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And against it, we all thought Villa were gonna do something this year. Maybe it turns out they don't, but at the end of the day, they still made signings that we thought they were gonna be more dangerous. Watkins could still score and stuff like that, and they're playing 2 backup center backs, and they still went there and did their thing, clean sheet and all. So I'll give it to them. Best team of the week. Fraudulent team, worst team of the week. I really hope we could get 5 out of 5 on this. I'm gonna give it to Chelsea too, just because of everything. But I won't go too deep into it. And then best player of the week, gotta give it to Evan Ferguson, man. 18 years old, scoring a hat trick. I just gotta give it to him, man. I don't know how many other times we'll see that in our lifetime. 18-year-old coming in and scoring a hat trick against a team like Newcastle too, of how they are. Like, I just gotta give it to him against a big keeper too. Not easy to score 3 against Pope like that, but he did it outside the box, poaching, and he did his job. I'll give him best player of the week.
Word, I hear it. I'll go next. I'll drop into things. Let's see. Best team of the week. This is it's not super tough. There's only really 3 teams to pick between. I would say I'm actually gonna give it to Brighton. I think coming against a Newcastle outfit, it definitely isn't easy with their intensity, but they just played them off the park, man. It was utter domination, man. I'm sorry, that was bad. Liverpool, of course, was close. Obviously, City was close as well. I think Aston Villa definitely did play into the hands tactically of Liverpool, and so that didn't help their efforts. For City, it was Fulham, so I feel like it was pretty standard. Win off them. There wasn't really too much there, but the way Brighton played again against a Newcastle that we expect to do very big things this season, just completely silenced them. Again, Evan Ferguson, not Duncan Ferguson, Evan Ferguson doing what he does, man. Just an absolute animal, man. Some great performances across the park. Made some proper tweaks after that loss last week to just shore things up. Did everything they needed to do to win and win convincingly. So Brighton definitely my team of the week. Definitely gonna have to pile on. Chelsea's the most disappointing, the worst team of this week. I'm sorry, though. Like they're I'm not even sorry. I'm sorry. You guys are getting trashed. I'm sorry. You can't even recover enough at home against Nottingham Forest. You know what I'm saying? Alanga putting y'all to bed, putting y'all to sleep. Caicedo mistakes, just team looking in shambles. It's just y'all man are in pain. It's all right, man. Hopefully the bus stop makes some renovations soon, because it's not looking good for you, man, right now. It's not looking good for you, man. Let's see. I said that I'll give my player of the week. I'm gonna take a little bit of bias here. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm going to say
3 hat tricks. And this is what he's going to say, by the way.
He's going to say Rice.
You damn right I'm going to say Declan Rice. Wait, and let me explain. Damn.
Is that right? No, go on.
Let me explain. Again.
That lucky ass goal, bro.
Hey.
Literally. Deflection. Getting held. Oh
even no, held. Okay, all right. Johnny L was grabbing on the man, but that's beside the point. Let's talk about it. In occasions like this, there are a few games that are bigger than Arsenal versus Man United, but to stamp your claim, you know what I'm saying, to make your impact on the game, your imprint on the game like that, he was by far the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. Even when we weren't playing our best for 85 minutes straight, he was shoring everything down. He was breaking up play. He was making passes, breaking lines, again, making runs. He was damn near everywhere. And if you watch him throughout the game, if you go back and watch, he was freaking everywhere, bro. He was doing every damn thing. He was absolutely standout player on the pitch. He showed why he's a level raiser. He showed why he's going to raise the level of this club going forward. And again, the goal was 100% that what we needed, the cherry on top for his performance. I think it was standout. If you watch that game back, for me, he was proving why he's worth his weight in gold, man. Absolutely worth his weight in gold. That was by far probably the most convincing performance of an Arsenal player out of any game we've played this season. And yeah, he's definitely my player of the week for that. Definitely needed that to go through. So shout outs to him and making good on my predictions, man. Shout outs to you, bro. Shout outs to you. Some double whammies on that. Fraud of the week. This is interesting. We got a few notable picks here, man. Man. I want to change it up a little bit. I'm giving it to Unai Emery. I'm giving it to Emery.
That's fair.
I'm giving it to Emery, bro. You can't.
I was gonna say VAR or something. Like
no. I mean, VAR's always a fraud. That's their perennial frauds. That's beside the point.
It's just a fixed
fraud of the season.
Fraud of the season.
Yeah,
fraud of the season.
But this week, Unai Emery, why do you make the same mistakes over and over again? Groundhog Day FC. Why do you go to these big clubs and try to play a high line when you know they're going to absolutely destroy you over the top with counters, whatever? You did it at Old Trafford. You did it at Anfield. Like, I don't know what possesses him to keep doing this, but he does it every time, and he gets punished, and he doesn't learn his lesson. Listen,
I want to make a comment, man.
They give me a bit of PTSD. I'll be honest. They give me a little bit of PTSD.
You know what? You ever watch the Adam Sandler movie 51st Dates?
Yes.
We have to take the girl out.
Yes.
Her day resets every day.
Yes.
I think this guy is reliving that movie, bro. He just big game,
bro.
he just resets. His memory resets, and he has no clue what's
51st L's, bro. This man's getting cooked every time he goes to these places, man. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with him when he goes to these clubs, bro. Something just changes in his mind when he sees the fixture. Something has to be wrong. I don't know, bro, but yeah, Unai Emery definitely gets my fraud of the week for that one, man. It could have been easy to pick another Chelsea man, but I'm gonna let him slide, man. I'm gonna give Chase some reprieve. It's his birthday.
He wanted Caicedo so bad.
I would have pulled out the other Tim too, but it's fine. I'll let him live. I'll let you live. It's all right. But yeah, Chase, man, birthday boy, take us home, man. Give us your picks.
Yeah, let me. I haven't spoken much. Let me just end this dreadful podcast, dreadful night to finish my birthday. I'll be quick since I think 3 of my 4 have already been taken. Team of the week. I know Trey didn't agree with this, but I'm going Arsenal. I think too. I know it wasn't pretty, but they were able to squeeze out a result against a United side that will ultimately finish in the top 4. So I think, I've stressed on it before. So I think it's only fair talking about Arsenal dropping points against Fulham to give them the team of the week here. Player of the week, Son. I think we had the 3 players have hat tricks. I think aesthetically and difficulty of the goals, I think Son's was the top of that list. I know Ferguson's second goal was good, but I think Son's first goal was just as good. That chip was crazy. And I think for Son to show the confidence after not playing as well recently made him deserve that honor. Fraud of the week, similar to Adrian, Pochettino. Just as I said, there's no anything, no, I don't even know how to say it. I'm just so flustered. There's no direction that the team has seemed to go with Ben Chilwell playing left winger and whatnot. So Poch has to get it there. And then to go 5 for 5, disappointing team of the week, Chelsea. No other option. I should have done someone else just to not have the clean sweep, but it'll make it easier for the graphic if I don't have to import another logo. So that's it for me. Yeah.
Right, fair, man. Listen.
Thanks for being a good sport, Chase.
I need to take this fucking jersey off.
Before we finish it off, I would like to say that Chase, thank you for being a good sport. Like,
No, absolutely.
I just said, but I don't think we would go in this hard too if you weren't like saying you were back and you're saying Forest was shit. Like,
Oh no, I do have the
I feel
result.
like-
Oh no.
I feel like you like just set yourself up perfectly to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you just threw the alley oop.
That was
I know,
that was a perfect
Like,
storm. I ain't gonna
even
lie.
when like Liverpool, like Arsenal, whenever like or United, whenever we get our banter games and we lose against something like that, I think we'll go hard. But I feel like just because we added all that, like that Forest shit talking, and then I feel like you just created the perfect storm, and then you threw in your bet there. You threw in your bet for no reason.
that was a crazy judo move. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it
as
was
much as
very
you
insane
got it,
180.
Big respect. I think we all of anyone listening respect Chase, because not anyone would come here and still wear the United jersey, you know, and could take it in without crying.
The way you
going
presented
to
it
the
too, he
internet,
came in with the hoodie, covered his
respect.
face,
I
the
was
shades
trying to
on,
hide my
everything.
identity. But
Absolutely,
This is a moment of
absolutely,
history, man.
100%, man.
This was the first failed bet. This was the first back-to-back fraud of the week.
Facts.
A lot of things happened today.
Yep.
Facts, man. Historic episode, man. Historic. Make sure y'all rate all that 5 stars when you hear it, when you see it, all that good stuff. But before we get up out of here, let's get some quick closing statements from the gang. Adrian, first up, take us home.
Okay, so we didn't get to cover this topic, but I do want to briefly ask Gene about what he thinks of this Man United civil war currently going on.
Oh
yeah. How
yeah,
did we
dang, I
miss this?
forgot
versus
about that.
Jadon Sancho saga.
The Sancho
Taking
thing,
a new step, a new revelation in this rivalry here.
I'll go
Um,
into this.
Yeah,
Ten
I
Hag
want to
Ryan.
know what side you're on.
Right now,
briefly, I don't want to spend another
the
hour
only
talking
side-
about it. But
No. The only side any United fan should be is their manager, Ten Hag. The only person that hasn't showed us any what's like, he doesn't play, bro. If you play for United, you have to act a certain way. And Sancho has obviously not acted like that. He hasn't. In BVB, he would get fines for showing up late, for not being serious. Like, it's
really?
not something that, it's not like it's something new that Sancho has never done before.
he's done this before.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm only backing Ten Hag, and any United fan that does differently is because Sancho is vibes, bro. There's no there's nothing
He's a
else that
sexual
you would
attraction.
back
I'm
him.
telling you, man.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else that
Yeah.
you back Sancho over Ten Hag.
Like we're
other than
sexually attracted to Pogba too.
then you're attracted to him.
When
bro,
they
'cause
supported Pogba over Mourinho, they were just sexually attracted to him.
this is insane. United fans, get out the gutter, back your manager, because he's the only person that's saving us for now. If we don't have him, if we have Pochettino or Lampard or anything, we'd be in the same boat as Chelsea right now.
That's real. But yeah, I don't need to speak no further on it. I don't need to add to it. Adrian, closing statements.
Oh, that was my.
That was
Yeah.
my-
That was it. Oh, that was it.
His
Okay,
closing
that was it.
statement
Bringing that up, yeah.
was to add that.
Okay,
That's
right, fair.
yeah, a little note.
Fair play. Then we'll
We
throw
move
it
on
over.
to the next one.
Yeah, Gene, was that your closing statement too? You got another one?
Nah, I'll go with that.
All right, cool. Phil, what's your closing statement?
I guess that I'm just happy, man. To the viewers, stay tuned next week. It's an international break, but we're gonna have some fun stuff lined up to keep the pod going. Change of plans. So look out for that.
100%, 100. Birthday boy. Before we get up out of here, man, closing statements.
I'm washing away this week. We're going to international break. Jerseys put away. Yeah, I have nothing to say.
Fair, man.
To the next one.
Fair. He definitely had a rocky.
I'm already focused on Bournemouth. How to beat Bournemouth. That's all I can worry about.
Hey, man, he's got to look to the future, man. The present and past ain't looking so hot, but it's all right. It's all right. We look forward, man. Always move forward. And you can keep us moving forward by rating this podcast 5 stars yet again. Go on your audio podcast platforms. You know what I'm saying? Apple Podcast, Spotify for Podcasts. Look in the top left corner. So it's rated 5 stars. Share it. Tell a friend. Go tell a friend to tell a friend that Yanks Talk Ball is out here. Available on all social platforms. Available on YouTube. I'm about to say Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm about to say all that good stuff. Yanks Talk Ball everywhere. Make sure you check us all out. Make sure you go show us some love. This is bad random, but I just the meme of King Julian from Madagascar saying Mauricio, I can't do it. I can't. It's still in my head.
No, we're done.
Yeah, that's it for Yanks Talk Ball. We'll talk to all y'all soon, man. Peace.